game, plug you in like an count up all the voters, the people is taking over, get paid for your voice and don't let them go take your choice. Remember you have voice, won't stop until you rejoice. You see when it is over right after the hangover. Make posts, that's all I know. Re-steam like Mo. I'm steaming, steaming. Crypto, that's how we roll. Power up, get Mo. I'm steaming. That's right, I said it, get paid, I meant it. There's some money in your post if it's all authentic. There's some real life people, not some funny algorithm. Keep the fakes all away. We don't play the plagiarism. Downvote, downvote. That post.
All right. Well, we're streaming on my side, everyone, on the Steeming pile. Episode 35. I don't think I knew that, Sean. You keep better track than I do.
I think we're right. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
It's 35.
No, you're right.
All right.
No, I mean, ever since you've kind of taken over the knowing the number, I've stopped. I'm like, oh, cool. I don't have to be responsible for that.
Well, I'll be honest. We were going like 3.4, and I'm just like, oh, at some point, I was like, I don't know. I just started using
it. Yep. I hear that.
First, but...
I'm like, oh, good. Sean knows. I look for your D-Snap or look for your promo vid, and I know what's up.
Yeah.
ESP change is here. Patrick's here, still getting his stuff set up, so he'll be live soon.
You better believe that I go back into my history to make sure which one it is every week, though. Really?
I did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gone Rogue, Narashi, and Narashi are here.
Good evening, everybody.
What's up?
How's it going, man?
Hi, friends.
It's good.
How are we?
We're pretty good, I think.
Good. Can you hear me okay? Is my audio okay?
Sound fantastic.
Oh, yeah. You're good.
Back in the CB days, we used to say, what am I squelching?
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I've never said that.
What's my squelch?
I don't even know what that means.
It has to do with how squelchy your radio sounds.
Ah, gotcha. Man, I forget you're an old school tech guy. You've been doing this for a while.
I guess so.
How many Bitcoins did you sell for pizza?
I've until All Seeing You, and she mentioned this briefly about 3 weeks ago, actually transferred some Steem to my wallet. I've never possessed any cryptocurrency other than what was given to me by the kind folks at Steem when I signed up.
Okay. They gave you Steem when you signed up?
Well, don't they put a little bit in your account? Isn't that the way it works?
I think they delegate.
They delegate it.
There you go.
Right. Yeah.
Well, but and I think All Seeing You dropped a dime or so in the kitty, so that was pretty cool of her. But other than that, I've only been able to explore Bitcoin and blockchain from a theoretical perspective, because in recent years I've been broke as fuck. Just
Dude,
like
you
totally
haven't tinkered
broke.
with mining?
What's that?
You haven't tinkered with any mining?
No, I mean, I don't think you can approach mining anymore. I mean, these days you have to have a energy source and you have to have some powerful computers and things like that. I mean, let's face it, the barriers to entry are pretty, for people that don't have money.
Yeah, they're steep.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's why I haven't gotten into it more. But I'm getting into it more, and you guys are helping me a lot.
Speaking of broke as fuck, Steem's broke as fuck.
Hell yeah! I was just telling Patrick and Sean about that latest post.
Interesting.
And you, we're the 70%. They're laying off, or Ned's laying off 70% of stink.
What is it? You mean the workforce?
Mm-hmm.
HR? We're talking about those people that were on the payroll, or 70% of them?
Yeah.
70% of them.
He just posted it about 3 hours ago.
Interesting.
And definitively stated that SMTs would be delayed.
So what I did, and I might have mentioned this to you guys, in July of 2017, after I was a year past the fanboy stage, which was the early stage, And what I tend to do is I immerse myself and I look at things from 32 different angles. About July 2017, I told all my friends and family who have, like any investments whatsoever, I said, buy Bitcoin. At that point, it was the end of July. It was $2,700 a Bitcoin. And then in November of 2017, it hit the all-time high. I think it went up to almost $20,000. And now, last I checked, was like 3 weeks or a month ago, it was like at 5.5 maybe. And this is just Bitcoin. This is just the cryptocurrency. And still, if you missed the peak and you didn't sell in November and go from 2,700 a Bitcoin to 19 grand a Bitcoin, if you missed the peak, you're still ahead of, my understanding is every index fund available for the stock market, and a lot of high risk stuff as well. I mean, from what is it? We're looking at about 16 months later, you've doubled your money almost. Not a bad deal just for buying something and sitting on it.
Yeah.
It's the market volatility is a huge problem, and the adoption rate, I think, is the issue behind that. But the volatility will iron out as more Bitcoin gets adopted, and that being the granddaddy of all cryptos, more Bitcoin will be adopted, and then all kinds of crypto coins are going to be adopted. Once Bitcoin gets a certain critical mass, and we're not there yet, we're far from there.
Right. And the other problem was you had some bad players come in, or not. You had some bad players come in. They got people excited about it. Price went up, activity went up, and then they, ran off or stopped. And next thing you know, you have an overinflated token, an overinflated coin, and you have a bunch of pissed off people that spent what little they probably had at, like you said, 19K, and the first sign of activity is it going down to like 10. They're out.
And that was some shenanigans where it tracked to Tether. Is that right? I mean, you guys are more. It was tracking to something.
There's so many. There was the BitConnect thing and a couple other like scams that were in there that were just pyramid schemes. The Tether stuff. And
anybody feel free to chime in here, because I mean, it's important to know your roots. I mean,
well, remember,
you got a little bit more specificity on the history here.
Yeah, I don't know. And some people might know more than I don't even. I'm just trying to piecemeal it together as I go.
Well, there, I mean, I've said again and again, it's in its infancy, and it's been characterized by fits and starts, hiccups, if you will. And some of them have been technical, but a lot of them have been with, had to do with human shenanigans and just mistakes and wrongdoing. Which is the same thing that we've seen on Steem as a sort of a microcosm. I mean, right? Some human shenanigans there. Some of it.
Wait a second.
What's that?
Nothing.
Right. Well, some of it mistakes, some of it wrongdoing. And early stage stuff. That's going to be the way it is with all kinds of things. I think, from what I've seen, my experience. And then you get that shit ironed out a little bit better, and you move on to something that's more viable and more adoptable. But it's adoptable already by the what do they call them? Early adopters. But people have seen the value. Some very intelligent, very long-term thinking, visionary type people have seen the value, and enough of them have where it's caught on. It hasn't gained critical mass, but it's caught on, and it ain't going away.
Yep.
How you?
I agree. Hi, Carrie.
And all of this kind of point, I actually did a little bit of prep for the when we get into the preemptives, but all of this kind of ties into what I was going to talk about in terms of preemptives when we get there.
Oh.
And what the fuck else is going on, and how are you guys? And I'll shut up.
Well, this is why you got to be on our Telegram, ESP, because the title of today's show is Patrick's Picks.
All right.
So Patrick has like a shit ton of preemptives, and now that you do too, we'll have even more to talk about. So maybe if there's too much, we'll have to do some kind of rapid fire stuff, which Sean will moderate.
I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to tie Telegram to my phone number. You can call my stupid fucking phone number for verification. Yeah, I heard what you said about how you could use a Google number, and at one point I had one, but I've lost the information on that. But I'm just going to bite the bullet and do that. And I'll just assume that they're going to sell all data that I transfer, legally or otherwise, for pennies on the dollar. Yay. Which is kind of what got us here. Did I say know your roots?
Right.
Right?
Did you want to say hello?
Hello?
Kalua? Is that what you said?
Hello?
How are you?
Hey,
I'm pretty well, thanks. And I'm the artist formerly known as All Seeing You, by the way.
Oh.
formerly known.
Yes. Yes, I was trying to clear up my little outbreak of internet herpes by making a new account that
Did you retire, All Seeing You?
No.
well,
It's her alter ego. She's like Batman.
How should we refer to
you can
The-
just call me Carrie.
No, the-
Everybody else does.
how should we refer to your former content? Or are you just ghostwriting as Carrie?
Or was she ghostwriting as
can I-
All Seeing You?
I don't
Can I
know.
have-
That's the question.
I might need a little time to think that over
We-
before I can give an intelligent answer.
And then we have to also,
And then-
since we don't know you now, we have to do 10 questions with Carrie
Oh,
Wolf.
geez, I hope there's no sharding involved this time. You know?
Did she already do the 10 questions as her alter ego?
Yeah.
It's going to be the same. Is it?
I don't think it will. I think
Only
it'll
one
be
way to
way
tell.
different.
Depends on how deeply you were into the character, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
The character was me. We were inseparable.
Right.
Dude on the web is out watching on my channel.
Hey, dude on the web.
What's up, dude?
Lindsay
What's up,
asked,
Simon?
did you kill the ew with fire?
No. I just hung it up. I just, you know.
What precipitated this? I mean, might have been some hiccups.
Well,
early
I did a live stream about it. My former partner got pretty shitty and started treating me pretty badly, and so he was still linking himself to my work. So I was like, "Oh, really? Well, watch this, asshole." So I was like,
Right.
if I'm just gonna change my name to my real name, and then you can't have my shit.
Interesting.
So.
There you go. That sucks when that happens.
Well, hopefully by showing up here, I won't be followed.
I hope
You
not.
just, like I said, I control the motherboard. Now, I don't want to go Ned and like ban people and anything like that, but I will.
Healthy boundaries are important, Carrie Wolf.
That's fucked up, dude. That's really fucked up.
Wait, I think it's more fucked up that I just
Stop
started
doxing me!
laughing at it.
Don't dox me, bro.
Well, welcome to Patrick's Picks. Are you going to take over at some point, Patrick, or what?
Sure.
Are you are you chatting with your audience?
Yeah, well, Lindsay Bose actually says, show her where the bullies are with a little heart there.
Yeah,
Lindsay
Lindsay's my hero. And really quickly, if I may, if you don't mind, well, I've still got a little bit of time before the fucking asshole shows up and tries to drive that wedge between me and you guys.
This is going to be a fun
That's
fun
awful.
episode. I can tell already.
I
We got-
hated the cocktail segment.
We got Steem
welcome.
laying off 70% of people. We got an open fight here on
So many
Steam.
fights.
We got Patrick's picks that supposedly are going to be done tonight. ESP did some work, man, but you can go.
ESP did some work.
Yeah, he did some pre-planning for the show.
Work. Listen,
Spin
really
my
quickly,
noodle.
I just did a live stream directed at Bernie Sanders.
Woohoo!
My internet boyfriend Bernie and I had quite a day. So there's that.
Are you
And
guys getting along?
no,
Oh boy.
but hopefully what I did tonight is gonna make him see the light, and he'll turn over a new leaf and rebrand himself and become a human being, like a real live boy. But
So are you
So-
Geppetto?
I thought of Pinocchio and I was trying to
I'm
think of the
definitely-
right reference.
I don't know if I'm Geppetto, but I'm definitely inside the belly of the whale right now. You know what I
You're
mean?
Geppetto as fuck then.
Yeah, I'm Geppetto as fuck. But So if you guys could go and take a look at that, I'm pretty sure it's already invisible. I've been obliterated 2 times today.
Yes.
Sure.
Fight the power.
Why am I hearing myself talk?
Geppetto AF. I gotta put
Where
on
is that
headphones.
coming from?
Sorry.
You must have the Vim. You probably have a Vim
Close it.
window
Close
open
that window.
still.
Oh my God, I'm sorry about that.
You remind me of me.
Why did I do it? Anyway, please go over to the Carrie Wolf at Steam It thing and give it a little love, because I'm definitely cruising for a real bruising. All right, that's all I'm going to say about it. Please continue.
So you're below 25 now, or are you?
I started this account a couple of days ago, and then this morning, because of my activities, my questionable my doings, I was down to like 4 or something, and then I hate to even give this guy a shout out because I'm afraid I'm going to make him a target, but Eric Wilson came and was like, think, and made me 40 rep, which was more than what I started with. Thanks, Eric. And then, but then I had to take things a little further because I'm kind of a dick, I guess. I don't know. I'm a fucking dick. What can I say? I'm a paid internet troll, but so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully Bernie will just be like, oh, she's so lovely. And then everything will be okay.
Right. It's gonna happen.
Totally. I can see it.
I think that's about as positive as me thinking SMTs are suddenly going to be back on track again.
Is Bernie our age?
No, I think Bernie is a lot younger.
Oh, he's younger? Okay.
I think he is. I saw some mug shots. I don't know if that's really him or not, but he's not a bad looking guy if that's the guy. I don't know. Might be the guy.
I'm just thinking at what stage, typical male development in our culture, do people become completely immune to all lectures?
Oh, it wasn't a lecture. It was more like, well, I don't know. You'll just have to go and see it.
I can't find it.
You can't find. Oh, am I invisible again? Oh well. Anyway, I'll send you guys I'll send you the link or whatever.
Okay.
I'll send it to Narashi so she can put it on the fucking the graphic, and then we'll all be fucking targets.
Oh,
Yay!
there it is. Patrick's on it as usual. Probably one of his preemptives.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't just completely derail the pile. If you guys really want me to do the 10 questions, you can get around to me. There may be a chance, depending on, if I'm followed or whatever, that I have to jump off, but we'll have to do it another night. But
this whole saga is your natural preemptive. I mean, it's a shoo-in, really. This is your preemptive.
Oh, I didn't realize. I'm getting better at the steaming pile.
There you go.
Okay.
Before we go into the other stuff, I was just wondering, so the chat in Zoom, is that something that is like our personal chat, or is that something that's okay to show on streams?
I've always wondered about that.
That's a great question.
I'd toss it on stream.
I just kind of figure that wherever I am on the internet, I'm being recorded. Like it's going to get shared, especially like immediately with the person that I would least like it shared with. So I just try not to say or do anything that I wouldn't be able to laugh off.
He's watching us anyway, so what's the difference?
Well, and I'll be transparent. Like I use private chat. That's why I don't do it, because sometimes I send you guys messages production-wise, so I don't do it. But you're more than welcome to do it. Mm-hmm. But the other cool thing is that my account, I have all the general chats just saved. So I thought about just making them documents as part of the notes of each show, because people that come in here throw in links and things like that too. So.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was thinking. It's just like the links and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And just the fact that sometimes just because I'm not paying attention, all of a sudden there's part of it on the screen. I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Well, and private messages are kind of creepy anyway.
Oh, all right.
Okay. I can't slip into your DM. Yes.
I just sent one to John Spalding that says, "Hey, handsome."
Oh,
creepy.
There you go. See, I can't be having that stuff on my feed, man.
Yeah.
Historically, I have no filter. It's
Weird internet
Send it to Gone
trolls.
Rogue. Send it to Gone Rogue.
49.
Everybody gets a little gay now and then. It's okay.
Yeah.
You should have heard. You should have heard Sean when he came into the room.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It was a hello.
Gay isn't happy, you mean?
Tra-la-la-la-la-la.
Old version. Yeah. So Patrick, first preempt.
Anyone watching on my feed, call in that Zoom room and join us on the
Yes.
pile live.
So, do we want to start it off with some Steam focused stuff, or well, everything I have, I guess, is
Anything. All of it.
All right, I think, and you know what, dude? I mean, you have the agenda. You know what's going on. You're basically carrying, the majority of the meat tonight. But I personally, I'd like to take care of the negative junk first, man, and then focus on what's kind of carrying Steam forward, which would be, actually, I think most of the preemptives that you do have.
I like that.
I don't know.
I like that.
Those are my thoughts, man.
No, that's how the story should go. This is what's happening now. This is what we're looking for. And then let's talk about why we're all still here,
Absolutely.
sort of thing.
I'm just here to fuck with Bernie Sanders.
Well, we all have our place. That's what I'm saying.
So let's pull up the Ned thing first, then.
You just gotta find your spot.
Ned in his
Lots of
live
people
streams.
using
Oh
it.
my god, what is up with Ned?
What is up with Ned is a good question.
Why does he do this?
Oh, he did another live stream?
Yes.
Oh, you
Does he
have
play ukulele?
no.
No, he's got
Yeah.
he's got like a universe T-shirt on. It's terrible.
Does he dress in a grass skirt?
Right? I
Yeah,
was
but
not a fan.
that witness update or that thing that he
Oh,
just did
yeah.
though, 70% of Steam Inc. gone, laid off, or forced to lay off.
Uh,
Yeah, so it sounds like our developments are going to move back a little bit.
Thanks, Ned. Uh-oh.
Uh
Ned, is that you?
Who is it?
oh. That's gonna be our question every
Ned.
time.
Oh, hi, Ned.
Who is it?
Oh,
Welcome to
it's
Steeming
it's
Pile.
just jujitsu.
That's so funny.
While we're over here gaining a little bit of traction, sorry about your company.
Right.
That's good.
Fucking idiots.
So, I mean, to take this to a positive side, there are some movement to start creating community-driven forks and development. So maybe this won't all be bad. Maybe this is just the fire or the gasoline we needed for the fire to encourage the community to start developing Steam, as opposed to it all coming from
Cool.
Steam and Inc.
Right.
How long is this video that we have here? It's I think I have to pause just to get back to where I can do audio.
Hi, everyone. I'm addressing you all today.
Hello,
because
Ned.
The cryptocurrency market has bottomed out in a big way, far further than we expected. And while we were building up our team over the last many months, we had been relying on projections of basically a higher bottom for the market. And since that's no killer application that brings the potential of cryptocurrency to the entire world, and I hope that by sharing these with you, you will see that how the success of these products would be of great benefit to Steem and all cryptocurrencies.
Something happened there. You skipped to the end.
Look at the shirt.
Did
I
it jump in?
told you the shirt is so stupid.
The thumbnails.
Looking at
Uh-oh.
our organization and begin a restructuring. The team has met to discuss strategies and prioritizations for cost reductions, with the ultimate goal of getting back to thriving by innovating and building. We're committed to being transparent and open throughout this process, where the company reorganizes And we want to keep you abreast of our development updates and our strategies and prioritizations for cost reductions so that we can make not only Steemit sustainable, but the other apps in the Steem ecosystem as well. There are big challenges with the amount of infrastructure that needs to be run with Steem to provide a social experience, and it's become more critical than ever with the market being down that we find ways to drive those costs down to enable this ecosystem to continue to grow and thrive. The reason I came into cryptocurrency in 2013
2 cameras.
I believed in the potential of cryptocurrency to give everyone the ability to have freedom of value transfer and value store like had never been offered to us by any technological innovations that have come prior. I've stayed in cryptocurrency because of the potential for this technology to spawn a killer application that further gives everyone access to these cryptocurrency tools, ultimately fueling and feeding my mission to make great communities. That's why I'm still here today, and that's why for the past many months, along with a very and hyper-talented team, we've developed assets leading into applications and products that I believe would contribute to this mission in a big way. Over the next several weeks, despite the financial course for this group being very much altered, I hope to share the assets that we've created over the last several months in this organization that I believe carry us through to accomplishing the mission of making great communities, to delivering a killer application that brings the potential of cryptocurrency to the entire world. And I hope that by sharing these with you, you will see that how the success of these products would be of great benefit to Steem and all cryptocurrencies.
Welcome.
Well, I will go ahead and let you guys discuss that for a second. It looks like Katie's having some issues outside with a dog, so I'm going to run and take care of that, and I'll be right back.
Just want to hurt myself. I get the scripted.
There's a lot of hyperbole. Yep.
You know what? All right. First, I'm going to start with the good. And he is very consistent about wanting to build communities and killer apps. And I hope that he is successful with his 30% team. But that, just like his live stream, is content less. It is what we call a nothing burger. It means
is jujitsu eating popcorn?
It means nothing. It's not strategic. There's no discussion of any kind of overarching strategy or anything like that. It's cryptic and there's nothing to it.
It's jujitsu. This is business. You know, I've got a boss. I do the most basic job here lately. It's retarded basic, but I have a billion questions because I'm a sharp guy. And he has a zillion things that he has no interest in sharing with me and that he prefers me to not know about. And for practical purposes, it doesn't change the gig at all. I can see, you know, if we were to have a more fruitful discussion, I can see some good things that would come from that, and I can see some bad things that would come from that. It's jujitsu. It's interesting you mentioned that, but it, you know, this is not just, you know, I mean.
Now, when you're talking, are you talking about Ned, or are you in fact talking about jujitsu? Who's
talking about
eating
the martial art, the dance,
It's like jujitsu.
the game.
He's like the new guy that overexerts himself and tries to muscle through everything, though.
Yeah.
He's not the guy with the technique, because if he had the technique, he'd be given a substance.
Or
something.
Maybe his jujitsu isn't very good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Houdini, like flashing.
The
Don't look
jujitsu is
over
not
here.
strong in this one.
No, it's not very strong at all, is it? But the shirts are pretty fucking bold.
The shirts. Why?
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 I just work here. I'm not even very good at that.
No, I mean you have to post to even reap any benefits.
I'm not here for the reward.
I mean, you're here on.
Let me get a better shirt, okay?
Go get the robe.
Oh.
Why can't somebody mute him?
I mean, I could.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I can. Do you want to be a co-host and mute people?
Oh, you know what? I created a little. I forgot to load it in my OBS, but I have a little penalty box that I decided that I'm going to bring in for people who misbehave.
Like a kids' table?
No, it's a little. Well, sort of. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Make
Yes.
them go sit at the kids' table where it jumps happens.
Yeah. So if you see that go up on my stream.
Oh man, look at what he's got.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, I see.
My daughter has shorts that look like that.
Yeah. I've got something like that inside my costume box. It's nice he can't hear us. He can't hear us right now. We can troll the shit out of him.
He
for
can't?
Like the next 20 seconds.
Does he turn on? Oh, is he got a headset?
Yeah, he set his headset down.
Oh, gotcha.
Wiener.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
In honor of Ned, what do you think?
Jiu-Jitsu said that it's magic dice is what he was talking about. What Ned was talking about.
Totally wonderful.
Song by the Who?
I'm taking a roll.
Awesome. What does that mean?
What?
What Jiu-Jitsu mentioned.
I don't know, but dude on the web said, first TJ, now Jiu-Jitsu. Time to chow down on the steaming pilot. Like our live viewers come in here to eat. Eric was eating too.
Come in here to strum the guitar and wear fun.
But Eric can get away with it because he's cute.
Look at that.
And he's got a kitty cat.
I feel like that's just checking out the food.
Patrick, you're back. We floated it as long as we could, but we're ready to go on to something else. Something more substantive than Ned's videos.
Well, our comments on it were more substantive.
Drink. Every time we say substantive,
it's going to get harder to say.
Yeah, substantially, we hope.
All my shit's over at my booth.
Well, then I guess the next one we'll jump on to is something that I think is a huge potential boon for the price of Steam is the development of D stores, which I think we've mentioned it a couple times in past Steaming piles, but they released their executive summary this week, just kind of getting in gear for how it's going to work, what they're going to be doing, what problems it's going to actually be solving. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to check it out, but it's a really cool project. They're coming at it from the idea that e-commerce has met its level of saturation. So they're now going to encourage the adoption of e-commerce through cryptocurrency by giving out these store tokens. And these store tokens will be tradable for votes on Steam or well shares, or you can also just trade them as regular tokens on the BitShares platform. And let's see if I can't find the graphic that.
Hey, can you put that link in the chat? Like I said, I could read these off and type them on. Thank you.
Let's see.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Well, this is going slow as can be.
Yeah, mine does that sometimes. When you're screen sharing and streaming.
That's not having it.
Damn it.
So essentially, you'll be able to create a store. From there, it's going to make the post on the blockchain. As people spends, it's going to go into an escrow account through D-shares. They'll then let you buy and or communicate with your seller or buyer to create the conditions for it. You'll ship it, and then as it completes, you'll both get sent these stores tokens to kind of incentivize your actions on the Steam blockchain. So if you spend $250, this is just their example, you may get $75 or 75 stores, which would be equivalent to around $45. So you're actually getting paid just to shop and move value through the blockchain.
Now we're talking. That sounds
No.
like something that I would be good at.
Right.
Spending my tokens rather than trying to accumulate them.
What I think is cool about it
So
is
do they have a ship date?
they do not, and I think it's probably going to rely on SMTs. I would have to imagine.
Oh, great.
Oh, no.
Well, if everyone saw on Ned's post, there was a question about will this delay SMTs, and he's definitively said yes.
I know they're doing a system where you can actually delegate to earn these store tokens right now. And this delegation's going for 6 months. So I guess their estimate is probably the middle of next year would be their hopes to launch if things turn out okay with Steem and Ink. There's going to be a total supply of 250 million of these store tokens.
250 million?
Yep.
Okay. That's cool, though.
Yes, I thought that was
It's
a
an
pretty
interesting concept.
way to, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like what we were talking about last week is some kind of app for point of sale and talking about how,
Right.
you know, one of the best parts about here is having an identity and having an easy wallet to access and send stuff to, and being able to leave memos is cool too. So,
Exactly.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see that if it's something that could take off, that it could finally give a desire to want to hold Steem, to be able to buy or store tokens or whatever that you would get for interacting on the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think that's the essence of the thing that needed to be. Kind of like Twitter is profound in its simplicity. That's what they say when you're doing the MVP of your product, your widget is if you've got 11 features, you probably only want to roll out 5 initially, and of those 5, you're hoping that it's just 1 or 3 that are really the essence of your product, the nut. So, yeah, hell yeah, you found the core. Let's do something with that.
Yeah, that's why I guess one of the reasons why whenever John told me about Ned's post, I was so down, because I'm really banking on SMTs to take Steem to that next level personally.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing that can, because if you're looking at right now, the people here aren't doing a good enough job at building a community anyway. So it's going to be Oracle D, Steam Monsters, D stores, other apps that help do that. Just because I don't think people that are whales here. I mean, obviously, people that are whales here cannot and don't have any idea about what building a creative content community would look like.
Well, and
in my opinion.
I can't fault them. I mean, you start, at least they had a vision and did something. Okay, so and projects, a lot of projects are prone to scope creep. I mean, I'm not going to fault them. They had a vision and they did something. Maybe they just bit off more than they can chew. An entire system of commerce, an entire economy that's essentially planned. Like that hasn't been tried in the hundreds of different nation states throughout history, if not more.
Well, John, I'm sorry to seize on one sentence out of the last 5 minutes worth of important talk, but when you say something like people here aren't doing enough, the people here, these people, you and us and me and like that, and the folks like Full Time Geek or Paula G and the Helpy crew, and like the people who are actually here trying to make this thing good, we're doing everything that we can, but how much can we possibly do?
Right. Right.
Come on. And then when you reach out one-on-one, like directly to anybody that has any real power, you either get ignored or you get some fucking bullshit response. And it's like, come on, like just put the fucking guitar down and put on a fucking grown-up shirt and hear me.
Yeah.
Does anybody else think he was really high in all those videos?
Yeah. He's got a producer, you know? Like, what the fuck?
Well, there's 2 cameras, right? I mean, so he's trying to take
No,
it seriously.
he's got an actual guy.
No, I
like,
know.
running the fucking show, dude.
I
I'm
know.
always really high. This is a D chord.
Mm.
Yeah, well, that's what, and so when I say the people here, that's what I mean is like, so they should be doing some of that. They should be doing some of that community building stuff as well. And I just don't see that, and that should be a part of their strategy.
Yeah.
It's been said before. Steem it, the website. I know some call it a platform. Was proof of concept, and they pushed it out. And much to their credit, like I said, they had a vision. They did something, and then they moved on to what they thought was the heart of the matter, which is the media centered token. Beautiful, wonderful. We need some new cryptocurrency with some real utility. Blockchain that, and then somebody else, D-Stores comes along and finds the real deal at the center of that. It's evolution. It's okay as long as we keep making progress.
I also thought the cool thing about D-Stores was they're taking kind of the busy approach of not being agnostic just to Steem. They're also looking to kind of tie in with BitShares and also well shares. I don't know if we'll see more platforms do that same thing where they'll be multifunctional at some level.
BitShares and what?
Whale shares.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard something about the Welsh.
Which Jujitsu said inside of our chat that looks like they're going to launch in May.
The SMTs?
SMT's integration by June or July, but that D-Stores is planning to launch around May.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so they pushed SMTs back 3 months.
If that might have been pre-announcement numbers, who knows?
I thought the most previous one I thought was April or March or April.
That was for SMTs, but I think he was talking about D-Store as a platform.
Gotcha.
But so the next one I actually jumped into is how hopefully we're going to see us get all the users to make D-Stores a possibility. So it's almost a week ago, there was the announcement from Oracle D about their new onboarding platform. So as we've talked about plenty of times, with the new Hard Fork 20, there's the ability to claim free accounts instead of relying on Steem and Ink to onboard people into the community. And Oracle D has a 2 million Steem power delegation to them. But rather than keeping it all for themselves, they're actually claiming these accounts, but they're creating an open API that will allow other applications that don't have the level of SP that they do to go through and claim accounts through their API. So they'll use Oracle D's claimed accounts for themselves. In fact, the first test client that's a part of this is going to be, I can hear some feedback.
That's TJH. You got to mute, buddy.
Buddy. Hi, welcome, buddy.
The first one's going to be Share to Steem, the platform that lets you connect your social media accounts and have them automatically post onto the Steem blockchain. So now Share to Steem, without having the huge SP delegations for themselves, can go to claim one of Oracle D's accounts. And they're working on a way to tie it in, and that way they can check to see how many followers you have if you qualify for a free account and that sort of thing. So I really think this is one of those new tools that's going to really let all these platforms grow Steem the way we was hoping, without relying just on Steem and Ink.
Cool. Hell yeah.
And if you are somebody who would like to get it, if you check out this post from Oracle D, they have it where you can apply for access yourself to go through to start using the API already.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great way to kind of grow the community. And
Well, yeah, and kind of like what you said, it's more of like them for on Oracle D. I'm sure they get some benefit from it, but it's a nice thing for them to do.
right.
So, and the fact that they're building it so other apps can use it is really nice.
You talk about giving out brownie points. I just thought that was a huge thing to really show that Oracle D is about this community.
Mm-hmm.
They're about Steem in general, instead of just growing their own platform.
Good stuff.
Let's see here.
Welcome to Patrick's Picks on the Steeming Pile.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Guys,
Carrie.
I'm an especially crunchy old lady tonight, so I'm gonna take off.
It was good to see you.
Well, we've got 3 more picks to go through.
I hope you feel less crunchy.
I'm gonna thanks. I think what I'll do is just like go eavesdrop somewhere, laying like sort of more horizontal than
It's all good.
than this. But
Tired too.
Well, thank you for coming by, Carrie.
Okay, bye.
Yes,
No doubt.
seriously.
No doubt. Feel better.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So I guess we should move through them quicker before I put you guys to sleep on all these.
No. What's up, everybody on Eric Wilson's stream? Yo. Welcome to the Steeming Pile. How? Patrick.
Hello, everybody.
Patrick
Hey,
has
how
a.
many people you bringing over from Twitch, man? Who's on your fan base over there, Eric?
Thousands.
Not a whole lot. I occasionally get somebody. Actually, I would say the most engagement I get is usually when this show's on.
Someone asked Sharon when we're going to get a Steeming Pile emoji for the chat.
You just did.
I know. I just like to say that whenever I see that he's on.
Good idea.
I think we just have to.
Oh,
I think we just
guess
have to send him a logo. I don't know what the good cutout would be.
And sorry to divert the attention from your picks, Pat. But what I really think we should take this Frank Bacon's channel serious, man, and kind of broadcast there. What I forget what the hell it was.
Steampunks?
Steampunks, was that what it was?
Steampunks Radio? That one?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who's there, but I'm sure we'll be able to reach just even a few others. But
I think that's a swell idea. I like that Frank Bacon guy. I think whatever he's got going on over there is probably pretty cool.
Shiren said, "Send me a 128 by 128 PNG with transparent background, and I'll make your dreams come true."
Yes.
128. Okay, I'll pass that on to Narashi and see what dimension she has, because we do have some, but
yeah, I would
think
just
she could resize it if needed.
Cool.
What do we go with? Do we do the?
I think we go with the missile.
rocket?
I think we go with the rocket and then have the Steeming Pile on the rocket.
I like it.
You wouldn't be able to read it at that.
All right, then just
That's true.
have the rocket.
Yeah, for sure, the rocket.
Little Red Rocket.
Yay.
Dropping bombs on Vim TV. All right.
Well, that's what's, I guess, going back to this whole Ned thing, I keep tying it all back to that. This past week, there's been so much exciting stuff, just like the Steam stores, the Oracle D announcement, even this Steam Connect 3 announcement I'm about to switch over to just kind of derail it all with one single post, which is going to become the new talking point, even on the show when I'm trying to cover all these other new, cooler points. And yet I keep going back to that just because of one bit of bad news. But that being said, I don't know if you guys seen, but Steam Connect is splitting apart from Steam and Inc. and becoming its own entity to kind of connect into securing keys. And Steem Connect 3, they kind of gave a little bit of an announcement on how they're going to go about laying that out. With it, they're switching it up. So instead of you logging in each time that you do it, you'll instead have either a computer application or mobile application that you'll store your keys locally in. So instead of broadcasting over the internet each time, you'll store them in that. And then whenever it comes time to sign in, you'll, if it's on your computer, just click a link and it will sign it with a URI transaction, or it will give you a QR code so you can scan it with your phone, and that will do the signing. So they won't be really managing your keys on the internet, which I thought was a huge thing to kind of keep our keys more private and increase our security without having to worry about keyloggers or people accessing your clipboard or whatever that may be. That just makes our accounts that much more vulnerable. Me and John was kind of talking about this a little bit before we started the Steeming Pile with Partico, and he was talking about he finally signed in and checked it out, but I was mentioning that I've not gave it a shot yet, mainly because I'm fearful of using any app where I have to actually enter my keys within the app. Even though it's still Steem Connect, by doing it within the app, there's a chance that the app could in itself be recording your keys. So with something like this, they could just display that one URI code. I could click it and then sign the keys outside of any app. You could use whatever essentially, and truly keep your keys decentralized from the site you're visiting.
And what this one makes me think of was the one that Yabba P. Matt introduced. That he had another key service that he introduced over there. I wonder what the pros and cons of both of those would be. I don't know. I would have to look into both of them, but that's what it made. That's what this made me think of.
Chiron says the new Steem Connect and the Steem keychain are both pretty exciting for me as a developer.
Completely agree. Yeah, and what I hope that we see a standard be built here, that instead of having multiple, that it turns into one true standard that we look to for these keys, and that you can see one way that you can build these programs that actually store the keys safely, as opposed to multiple versions that each one have their own code that isn't just unified. So yeah, that's Steem Connect 3.
That's pretty exciting. That's you know, this kind of stuff's gonna keep coming through. People are still still spending their time making this stuff. So you gotta hand it to them for still pressing forward with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not sexy, but it's like it's ideal to, especially people coming over that know, that it's important. A lot of the bigger names aren't going to come and bring over their wealth, and if it's not secure. So
well, and the topic is properly decentralized, properly encrypted, properly secure. And again, we're just scratching the surface. We got a long way to go, people.
Going back again to Ned, this is one less thing that's under Steem Inc.'s umbrella.
I was.
Now we don't.
Go ahead.
That's where your mind was going to.
I was gonna ask you: is it of benefit that they're actually doing it? That they're actually separating and making that decision? But you started.
Yeah, I think it is, and then it's also not in a way, because it doesn't give you that unified from Steem Inc.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's not from Steem Inc. Now it's being developed outside of there, so it's that much more that's relying on the community as opposed to our one centralized developing team.
Now, here's my question: were they part of the team that is being laid off anyway? So maybe they were, and they're just, either preemptively or they had it done, or maybe Ned had to do it preemptively because they're like, well, we're just going to be Steem Connect because they have that brand already.
It's an excellent question. Maybe this isn't going to hurt us as bad as the FUD will like make you believe maybe that a lot of this is already in the works, and these apps that are splitting apart have already kind of built it into
Right.
the losses from it.
But that also goes back to it just still feels like we're not being told everything, and that's what's unfortunate. But either way,
I kind of feel that's the case with all crypto, honestly. Like they don't want to say anything bad because it's going to drop the price.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and all they want to do is pump out good, and in a lot of cases they don't want to pump out anything because they don't know how it's going to be reacted to or what have you. I mean, it's just with the market being so liquid, it's really easy for those prices to just totally mess things up, and if they're relying on that for development costs,
which he clearly said he was.
Maybe that was why we saw an extra drop, even more so than Bitcoin with Steeming, as far as these people either getting laid off, getting their notifications saying, well, fuck it, I'm selling. I don't know.
Yeah.
What I see is a room full of savvy consumers somewhere, thankfully, between the FUD and the hype. And I'm cool with that. Could be worse.
Anyone else have any reactions to Steam Connect 3? Sounds like a movie. Yeah.
The connecting.
Well, I'm going to write a rap song somewhere between the FUD and the hype. So,
oh, there you go. That should be the name of the album, too.
The tie-in.
I guess we'll move on a little bit to one that I'm probably most excited to talk about today, which is D-Taste.
Now, this has potential.
So if you haven't seen, D-Taste is going to be the closest I could compare it to would be something like All Recipes, where you'll be able to post recipes, food reviews, drink mixes, all those different things to the Steem blockchain. But what's really nice about it is the way they're going to take the metadata from that to make it search engine optimized to kind of help move themselves up the ranks. So this is one of the pictures from the homepage. One of the things, as far as a front end, they've got a beautiful design, in my opinion. They've really done a perfect job of focusing on the pictures of whatever you're looking to cook or make. But then even when you click on it, the design of the way they lay out the ingredients and the how-to is also just superbly done. Underneath the hood, like I talked about, they have the metadata that's really securing how it's being sent off to search engines. And also talking about Matt's key management, they are using Keychain as their primary signing mechanism over Steem Connect. They don't even have a Steem Connect option. It's either use Keychain or sign in with just your posting key. No access to your active keys whatsoever going to their site. So there's a lot behind the development side of this one that I thought was just a huge, sharp, well done product.
So I posted my first time on there. I did a video blog sort of style, and it asks and is kind of promoting for that, but definitely hasn't gotten that as far as like you still have to put 0 as for the ingredients and stuff. So they kind of got to work that out a little bit. But I really like the idea that they also are focusing on food blogs, as you can see up there. So
I'm with Dude on the Web on this one. He says, D-Taste, that's an insult you throw at your buddy when you're drunk. How's my D-Taste? Yeah, and like Shiren says, why do people want to put D's all over their brand? And I kind of agree with him on that.
Yeah.
I liked it at first, but eventually it's going to get old. Oh, another,
Well, I'm there.
Yeah, you're
While we're on the subject of D-Taste, I'm actually working on a few recipes to put on there.
Nice.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, it should be cool.
I like the
They're referred to as D recipes, TJH.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
What are you making?
Well, let's see. I'm first gonna have my vegan cabbage steaks, which basically is, if you don't know what a cabbage steak is, it's you cut up cabbage into like smaller pieces and you put it on a frying pan, throw it in the oven for like a couple minutes or so, and it gets like a steak consistency, like when you put liquid smoke on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm also going to be making, well, I'm probably going to do videos alongside the written out things, just so people have a go by instead of having to understand exactly what I'm trying to type. Of me trying to make hot dogs from carrots. As ridiculous as that sounds, that's actually possible to do. And basically, you take the hot dog, well, the carrot, and you cut it into hot dog size, and you marinate it overnight in the fridge, and then boil it in a pot, and basically it tastes like a hot dog. You could also grill it if you want, but mostly vegan recipes.
Of course, that's your niche, man.
I'd be interested to try that out. Carrot flavored hot dog.
I'd be down to try.
We'll make them. We'll make them for the. That's what we should do, because we were talking about ideas on how the steaming pile could integrate and do some detailed posts.
I say we all cook it and eat it right on stream, same time.
Cook it live, or eat, or have it prepared and then eat it live.
Yeah,
I would say you would probably want to have it prepared before you eat it live, because like I said, it needs to be in the fridge 24 hours.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
That's why the
and pigs in a blanket.
Go ahead.
I'm not really excited about the thought of eating a boiled carrot, but I'll try it.
Another thing I'm going to do is vegan ice cream shakes, which basically, that's very simplistic. You just take a couple bananas, chop them up, throw them in the freezer 24 hours, and you blend them and add some chocolate to it. Hershey's syrup is actually vegan. It's not real milk that they put in it, because it never expires. So
go figure.
So basically, you put the frozen bananas in the blender with some of the Hershey syrup and some almond milk, and then you blend that, and you basically have a chocolate shake. You could add some Oreos in there if you want, because those are also vegan. And
cool.
If you want to get really frisky, you can have some like Swedish fish or some Sour Patch Kids.
Nice.
So, Sean, are you going to do your...
yeah, what are you going to do
for
D-Taste?
I think he's having mic issues.
No, I had just clicked off. Well, D-Taste like for right now?
Yeah.
Or just in general?
Yeah, well, in general, but what's some of your early thoughts on that?
Oh, man. Well, like I said, the first thing I automatically thought just before I even visited the site was, oh, this would be a cool place to put like... either clips of the cooking, Seattle-based show that I'm working on that I did, kind of the Big Block Brewing's based on. I don't know, some people might have been able to see that. And that's the one I actually posted, kind of just a review of that, of the couple beers I tried. And I today, for the thing I'm about to make here live, I also did a video of it that I'm going to do like a whole recipe for cocktails. And so those are the first things, because they're easy to make live, they're quick, and I enjoy them. So, but also, I'm barbecuing all the time in the summer. So if it's still going strong, and my kitchen sucks. I wish I had an island that would make cooking segments easier to produce. But as far as I can just set up down here in the studio with all my stuff. So as far as doing cocktails, and like TJ was saying, I don't have to worry about it going warm or anything. I can just run up and grab it from the fridge if I need to keep it cold, that sort of thing. So but yeah, I like the idea of doing it weekly here too. So
I'd like to do like I said, like if we could do something where either maybe once a month or whenever we want, we pick something, like you said, cocktails, or maybe everyone makes a drink.
Well, my idea was that
And they
say
post it
tomorrow
and-
I come up with another cocktail and we say, hey, everyone, this is next week's cocktail. Get the ingredients. We're going to make it live and then we can all drink it together. Like that was my initial idea.
I like that one. I like that one too.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that we should make a steaming pile as one of them, where everybody just uploads their own recipe for their own casserole or something that lumps every ingredient together and makes it. So they have to present and show their steaming pile of food.
SP potluck.
Yep.
I like
All right. So
My cooking videos are always in my kitchen. I don't know if anyone saw it, but on Thanksgiving, I actually posted the first installment of Cooking with TJH.
I haven't seen that. I'm
It's,
gonna have to use a headset.
Linkus.
Yeah, put the link in here. Yeah, I'll have to bust out my old GoPro headset and chest cam.
I made a tofurkey. That's what the first episode is.
Uh-oh. Someone's jumping on.
Let's see. I'm grabbing that link for y'all.
Either that or someone's back.
It's
it's
Sean
me,
again.
John.
Oh, it's Sean S. Porter. We'll kick him out.
No, don't kick me out. This is my second. Hold on a second.
So another cool thing on D-Taste is they're actually working. They've kind of teamed up with Steam Kitchen, which is a pre-existing community here on the Steam chain that was already focused on doing a lot of the same things of sharing recipes and such. So I thought that was a real smart move on the DApp's part of reaching out to an existing community and using their tech to facilitate a existing community's usage of the Steam platform.
Sick. Sorry about that. Or I don't know who's doing that. It's probably Sean. Jesus.
Are we getting the first Cooking with Sean?
Who knows what he's doing?
Well, first it's breaking dishes with Sean, and then we move on to something.
Yeah.
That does sound like
Bro.
me in the kitchen.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes lights fall, but you can't do anything about it. Okay? All right.
Dude, you're moving all over the place. You're coming in, coming out.
Hey, you know, this is an action-packed episode, my friend. So.
Wait, he's over there. He's over.
Oh, you're really doing this? You're really doing this?
Right now.
He's
No, I am.
really doing it.
This is action
What?
packed.
You think I'm fucking joking?
Go.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, hold on a second. I'm going to unplug
Dude,
just for a second.
Live.
I love that you have Wild Turkey 101, though. I mean,
Well,
Right.
okay.
You're a man after
Thanksgiving,
my own
and I'm
heart.
using Thanksgiving leftovers of everyone. You know, everyone's got, if you like cranberries, then you always make way too many of them. No one
who likes fucking cranberry? Okay.
It's really bad.
They're delicious. I put ginger in them. This is a ginger and orange. It's got really good kick. And this is a Wild Turkey 101. So it goes right, you know, the ginger goes great with it. So what you do is, you know, obviously, throw this in there. Boom.
He looks like a real
Sugar.
professional.
Yeah, what's in the can here?
Nothing right now. Just ice, blocked ice, 2 shots of 101.
How
Get a
much
new
ginger's
lime
in the
on here.
cranberry?
I
Where
put
does the
about
ginger come from?
2 tablespoons of fresh ginger.
Okay.
I put a lot.
All right.
Put a little lime juice in there. And then I put 2 tablespoons of cranberry sauce. More if you like it sweeter, you know. And then
Well,
you should put
Jiu-Jitsu
that
said, fuck this.
in there. Yeah, he was out. Boom. And that's it.
I just threw the link in all of your chats simply because my laptop is Linux and it won't let me put it in chat on my laptop.
Gotcha.
I could ultimately share the screen and play it if you want, but
Anyway, that's it. So yeah.
Hold that thing up in the can. Let's get a closer look. That's a beautiful cocktail you're making there. Yes. Yes.
Nice. Damn.
With my grandma's, my late grandma's shaker. I always like to see it's got the old timey
Thank you, late grandma.
all over it.
Hell yeah.
I love Manhattans.
That is cool.
Oh yeah. So cheers. This is good because it's it's got a nice little sweetness to it. Some of the fruit gets through the strainer, but it's not chunky either, and you don't need to put it on ice, so it stays nice and cold and doesn't get watered down. And it's strong as shit because I had one before while I was doing the video before that I'm gonna have on D-Taste, and yeah, it gets you going. So all right, I'll meet you over there.
Look at you, live content creating. Live content creation during the steaming pile. That is a first.
Ta-da!
Well, would anyone care to watch the video of TJH cooks tofurkey?
Is that
it's already
how long
done.
is it?
It's in the can, right?
Let's see.
We can sit it on demand. You can just link it. Are you going to make the cabbage burgers on cam?
Of course. It's about 8 minutes and 51 seconds.
I don't know.
I don't know if I want to broadcast you, but I don't know if you'll like what we have to say while you're doing this video.
Oh my god.
I haven't even seen it.
I know that a lot of people aren't going to like what I have to say. Period.
I don't know that you can ask for your stuff to be a preemptive strike.
Why not?
What? It
Why
has
the
to be,
hell not?
we have to like stumble upon it and be wowed and blown away and say, we need to share this with the world.
It's canned, dude. It's in the can. It's done. Link it.
We got the
just
link.
Enjoy your presence. You here now with us. Come on, big internet hug. Get in here, DJ. Come on.
I don't know how. Okay.
There it is. There it is.
Laptop now.
It's a Linux. Be careful.
When has he ever said it's a Linux? He's on a Linux. He's on Linux?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
He said it like 5 times.
Linux?
Yes. Okay. I have my penguin.
All right.
I have a stuffed penguin somewhere.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for sitting through that little.
How is it?
Oh,
Is it tasty?
Thanks for putting us. Thanks for putting us through that.
Yeah. Well, hey, I was literally just thought about it a half an hour before. I was like, why the hell don't I just make one on air? Do it every week. I'm already making them.
Is it yummy?
It is. It's really good, man. The wild turkey, it usually burns pretty good, when I'm drinking it just on ice. But like something about the ginger really puts it together very nicely. So
an apple fritter would be good with that.
There you go.
Big fan of the apple fritters.
Yeah. You steaming pile crazy people.
So I think we should just put a little on demand of the steaming pile now on D-Taste. That's got to count for something. Sean's cocktail.
D-Taste will be the only reason that I upload anything related to recipes and food.
I'm pretty sure they don't want to partner with the steaming pile.
Oh.
Check out this steaming pile recipe.
The horse before the cart. Or the cart before the horse. Shit. Got it all backwards. This stuff's really strong.
Those cocktails, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I think people like that style ESP. I don't know. I think they could be all about it. You never know. It's about the viewers.
That would be good.
Bring the people over there to watch it and to see the clip, they're gonna like us.
If you build it, they will come.
Boom.
Hard.
I did invite Emmanuel94 from D-Taste to join us on the steaming pile.
Oh, well, thank God they didn't show up.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's another time zone thing. I think they're, I think South Africa, if I'm remembering correctly.
You're right. Yep.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
His brother lives just here, just a couple of minutes from me, apparently. That was kind of cool.
So, okay. And I did read through the post, and you could, make out some of the broken English there. So it makes me wonder what his ethnicity is then. I'm just curious because South Africa is, I guess, dominantly, non-native South Africa is dominantly Dutch, or colonized by the Dutch. So
the Afrikaans.
Yeah, Afrikaans, right?
Right. Who knows?
So yeah, I guess I'm curious of his background.
Yeah, it was one of those things like I wanted to be like, what's your brother do? What's the name of the business? But I didn't want to like be that guy. So I was just like, okay. We chatted a bit about it, but yeah, he's definitely he's open to talking. They're definitely very friendly over there. So
cool. Yeah.
My first post, I was having all sorts of problems, and he walked me through several steps and helped me get my first post up. So that was much appreciated, actually.
We love that.
Yeah.
What was some of the problems that you ran into?
The first thing was something like it was a random like can't broadcast recipe or something of that nature, and that he first asked me about the browser and that sort of thing. It ended up being something else, and then I saw something else where every time I would try and do it and it failed, every time you try and post, it automatically adds a tag. I can't remember exactly what the tag is, but something like dtaste or something. But every time I would try and repost it, I looked and all of a sudden there's like 8 tags and the first 5 are, it's repeating. So it was just little things like that. Eventually it all worked and so it was fine. The biggest thing I came out of it wanting was a cleaner post layout for video blogs. So I can bypass the, ingredients and that sort of thing. But other than that, it's cool. For how young it is, I mean, it's great.
Yeah, it's an interesting platform. I'm probably going to be the only one making vegan recipes on there because there's not a lot of them. But...
No, there's got to be more.
There's like
do you mean a lot of vegans or not a lot of vegan recipes, TJ?
There's not a lot of vegan recipes. There's like 3. One for like a cookie, one for like a brownie, and that's pretty much it.
No, but hear me out though.
Claim the space though. Claim the space.
No, but what I'm hearing you say, this is serious. What I'm saying here, you're saying things that are like, oh, I wish I could eat this, but I'm vegan. You need to make shit I've had good fucking vegan food, and I'm sorry, it's not a vegan brownie. It's vegan food that's like fresh veggies and shit like that. Like I've gone to Indian restaurants that had some bomb Indian dishes. So that's like a real legit Indian food, or not Indian food, but vegan food that's like, fresh vegetables and shit like that, and rice, saffron rice, and man, you can do it up really good. I think that's the way I would go. That would be what I would watch instead of like something like you trying to make something that desserty good, tastes good, vegan style. I want it, the stuff that I'm going to go to a nice vegan restaurant and order. I want you to give me ideas for that. So that's kind of where I would be interested in watching vegan recipes.
You want me to go buy Gardein burgers and make you a sandwich on camera?
No, not even burgers, man. And again, that's kind of mailing it in, man.
He's just telling you to treat yourself.
Yeah. Cook something up. Alton Brown's got to have a vegan recipe out there. Shit. Oh, every nice restaurant you go to in Seattle has got at least one vegan dish, my bro. And they sound bomb, but I never order them. I mean, come on.
Order them.
Or I'm like, can I get that with like the bacon on it? Yeah.
Anyway. Can you cover that in bacon, please?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm going to be making stuff like vegan shakes. I'm going to be making cabbage steaks. I'm going to be making cauliflower wings and Brussels sprout wings. And
oh, that sounds good. I love Brussels sprouts.
With bacon and blue cheese.
They're D steaks, they're D cauliflower, and they're D wings.
I like them with bacon and blue cheese. That's how I like my Brussels sprouts.
I also have had some good buffalo cauliflower.
That does. Those are good. That is good.
What is that?
It's mainly, I'm not sure how it's made. Maybe TJ can say how they do, if it's deep fried or what.
I think you roast it.
Well, basically, it depends on how you're going to cook it for the buffalo cauliflower wing. It starts out, obviously, with you chopping up a head of cauliflower and the little pieces that are about the size of a wing. Then you coat it with some breadcrumbs. And
what do you have to dip it in something to coat it in the breadcrumb?
Water.
Dip it in?
Water and or almond milk, depending on what you want to use.
Or pork fat.
I could fucking
most places use almond milk.
Okay.
While bigger chains use like water because it's cheaper for them.
Yeah. I hear that.
Then from there, you either have the option of throwing it in the oven for about 20 minutes or air frying it. You can also deep fry it, but I don't deep fry it because that takes too long for me at least. So I typically air fry it, and it takes about like 30 minutes. Then from there, you put it into a bowl and you cover it with your buffalo sauce.
Nice. Literally, like maybe the day or two before I heard about D-Taste, I posted a steak fondue. I found a fondue kit, and damn it, that was too late. I almost wanted to just repost on there, but I wonder, that would be something cool before we move on, that if I could post on there and opt out, because I'd love to post some of my past cooking stuff on D-Taste, but I don't want to do the double post thing. And I just did a steak fondue thing. We got a fondue set from my parents, so we did, raw steak. We ended up having dinner for like an hour and a half. I've never talked with my family, so it's been years. So it was kind of cool, But anyways, yeah,
it'll look different. You'll just fool your readers. They won't know.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, I noticed that even like when I went on there and pulled up my profile, posts like the Steeming Pile showed up under my profile. So I wonder if you could pull it up and edit them.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Do I get half credit if I fry it in pig fat?
Yes,
Yes.
you'll
Or
get
extra credit. I don't know. We'll have to figure out how it works.
It's either that or throw it, dump it in the water supply. Wouldn't you rather me fry stuff in it?
I would prefer frying with vegetable oil, but
what's vegetable oil?
I'm kidding.
Dude, I spent the money and bought avocado oil the other day. It's fucking good stuff, man. You can heat it really hot. It's pretty good. Healthy fats, right? But whenever I'm cooking meat, I always save you never know when you're gonna use it. What is next, Patrick? What haven't we spoken about?
The last one I have is some announcements from Partico this week. Partico, the mobile app that is used and fonded by quite a few Steemians.
Holding us at the straightedge pumps.
Yeah, they announced a new delegation plan that will enable you to get votes from their platform. So not only that, they this wasn't a part of this announcement, but it recently came. They have a messaging, built into the platform itself. Like I said, I've not got a chance to check out Partico yet, but I thought that'd be a cool way for us to possibly utilize for the Steeming Pile.
I have checked out the app, and basically the messaging works if everyone has the app. If they don't have the app, then the message you send them goes to their recent posts as a comment.
That's pretty cool.
Really?
You broke up when you said what? Say that again. It goes where?
It goes to their recent post as a comment. So like, if they don't have the app and you send them a message, it gets sent to them as a comment.
Very cool.
So what are the messages doing if it's not going to your recent posts?
Then it's just going to their inbox, because if it's not going to their posts, then that means they have the app.
So are they being stored on chain, or is it a private like Telegram server? Or?
Yeah.
I personally don't know. I would believe it's a private server that they own, because a lot of people say that it would be too slow to have it on the actual chain. So I'm assuming it's probably a private server.
Got to get them on here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, for those of you guys who are Partico users, you may want to look at doing a little bit of delegation towards them. Anything before their first 100,000 Steem power is going to enable you to get upvotes each week from the account. So it could be a lucrative thing, not to mention you're going to get bonus Partico points that will be an SMT whenever whenever those finally make it to us.
So it's not
And
saying what is it 100% upvote?
if you do 1,000 SP, you'll get.
Oh, I see.
Oh wait, no, I take that back.
No, that's the particle. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering though, because it doesn't say then. That's interesting.
I don't think they.
The fine print. What's the fine print say?
The fine print is mainly just talking about the points.
Okay. Huh.
But you can also redeem these particle points for upvotes ahead of the SMT, so you can still get use out of them even without the SMT being here. But I think you're right. I don't remember seeing anything for what percentage of votes you actually get.
Because that's not a bad deal to at least do the 50, if not
Right.
consider more. I do know under their notifications, they have like you can check in daily. That gives you some points. There's different things you can do. Something about being able to earn a vote a day or something like that. But I've never figured out how you're supposed to get it. And I never looked into it too much. So I don't know if it's me or the UX is, kind of, not shady, but like unclear. I don't know. But there's something that they kind of offer it already, I think.
And Jiu-Jitsu said particle points will also let you message other people who don't follow you and pay for that with points.
And
So you can
that'll be
only
when
message.
the messaging comes out.
Interesting.
And you can, when you're in the app right now, if you go to create a new post, at the very bottom, you'll notice, hang on, let me pull particle up on my phone really quick. Where's it at? So if you go to do a new post, you'll notice at the very bottom, it says use your particle points. And it says choose amount. When you click choose amount, it has a slider to the left to right, and it'll let you slide and choose the amount of points you want, and that'll determine the price, the US dollar price of the upvote that you'll get based on the number of points you're spending.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
So you'd have to think whenever you start to delegate and you get those for 1,000 SP, you got what, 10,000 points? Plus you're earning points for checking in daily in the app. Every time you post in the app, every time you make a comment in the app, you're earning those points. I mean, eventually you're going to be able to just keep purchasing upvotes. You're going to get upvotes from them. I doubt they'll be 100% upvote, but I guess if your post is a kick-ass post, maybe it will be. And then you can use those points to pay to message people who don't follow you. So I'm assuming that means by default you can't message people who don't follow you on SteamNet.
Right. That's neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
So.
Like
So
right now,
much-
I've got 5,200, and it'd be 14 cents. 5,200 is my point balance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So many cool things on the Steem blockchain.
Indeed.
And we actually have a first timer. Katie actually just joined us, you guys.
Uh-oh.
That is 10 questions. That's going to be interesting.
She's looming.
No.
Well, the first
but
question is...
I'm trying to get my camera to work, and it doesn't like me.
Are you
Yeah.
streaming?
Yes.
Yes.
You gotta turn off your camera in OBS first.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then you probably need to go...
Because the camera it's trying to pull from you're already using.
And once you have that turned off, you're probably just going to want to close your Zoom window, open it back up, and then your camera should work from there.
If it doesn't work from choosing it on, on the dashboard or whatever at the bottom.
Right.
Okay, wish me luck.
She's looking at that. I'm going to run and see if I can't help too.
All right. So while they're doing that, I'll go ahead and share with you guys. Give me just a second here.
Well, in that second, let me show you if you guys remember Maggie Fine Arts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
no way, dude.
I'm gonna switch.
What'd you pick?
Speaker view.
Bought 3 cards from him.
Oh, nice.
Wicked. Nice.
They're beautiful.
Damn.
Okay, now tell us about the cards that you chose.
Yeah.
This one's for a friend. I'm not even gonna sign it. I'm just gonna give it to her. Pretty sweet, and it's good, sturdy stock. Is a good choice in paper. This one I just wanted. I might give it to my mom.
You better write in that one.
Yeah, I'll write in that one. And then I asked Maggie to write one to me. You know what I mean? Address it to me. Basically, I paid him to send me a Christmas card.
Hey, it doesn't get much more personalized than that.
Yeah. Well, I got a signature, so one day when he's all famous, it says, "One does not live by bread alone, it lives by beauty, it lives by art." So, I like it because of the monocle.
Beautiful.
That's cool shit, man. What's the guy's name again? The artist's name?
Maggie.
Meggy?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if he posts on Steeming anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, streams awesome art content. He's pretty good.
Where's he streaming nowadays?
On D Live.
Okay.
He did. If you go to Johnny Clearwater's page, his banner was done by Maggie.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah. So
Nice. So everyone on the Steeming pile, make sure that you are following Witness Survey, and that you are taking this Witness Survey 1 and sending it politely and nicely to as many witnesses as you can or have contacts with.
Speaking of that, one of them sent me a memo, and I was streaming, and it popped up on my chat. Said, "Sorry to interrupt the gameplay." I thought that was kind of cool. They sent it in a memo and said that. I thought that was really neat.
Was it Igor Muba?
Yes.
He sent me a message as well. I think he went and made sure anyone who actually got a question that was submitted to the survey back his responses. And he put them down here as well. So, yeah, that was super cool that he came in live and said, "Sorry to interrupt your live stream."
Yeah. Well, and he did it through a memo. So it came up as in the chat as a memo. He sent the 0.001 and it read on the chat, which I thought was pretty neat.
Gotcha.
And he commented on it. So how many answers do we have so far?
So it looks like Eurostol did his. A couple people said they're going to be looking through it and they're going to respond. I think Steam Peak said that they're going to look through it and respond right there. Igor sent his in. Ignis Witness said here's our answer.
Tex-Mex is part of that.
Okay.
I believe.
And it says, "We're glad we can participate in this survey, and we hope it will help some people understand what they wanted to know." So that's good. And then the way that this post is laid out is awesome. Great timeline for the project for those of you who are new or haven't heard it. Or haven't read through it yet. Make sure you just kind of check that out. So the survey is distributed already. The deadline is December 11th for witnesses to respond, and then the survey results will be published to the Steem chain by the 18th of December. So just give a shout out, a follow to Witness Survey. And is Patrick back in here yet?
I am, yeah.
You want to speak to it? Hey, what's up, Katie? We can see you now.
Hi.
Thanks for jumping on the pile. Sorry to interrupt your video game playing.
Well, I got a little bored with that, and I was listening anyway, so I said, might as well. make the
When I went on there
jump.
with my Twitch account, that's the first thing I heard. Did you see my comment yet?
No.
I would bet she doesn't read them.
I read all my comments.
I know, I'm just giving TJH a hard time tonight.
As usual.
Oh, usually I'm a complete gentleman. What are you talking about? So, Patrick, do you want to take over witness survey for a little bit? I didn't even put down a preemptive strike on it, but I did go and make a couple comments on Yabba P. Matt's page and Bernie Sanders' page, asking them or requesting that their witnesses, well, Matt's witness, so I requested that he at least look at it and consider giving his response, and Bernie is shilling for someone to be witness, so I said, well, let's see where they come from. Where do they stand on these questions?
I like it. I really appreciate the support for it. I think you hit a lot of the topics that I've had about it out of the water from what I was hearing. There is one thing that there's a new post that I just put out a few hours ago where it actually goes through and has a link to every one of the. So I've taken all of the top 150 active witnesses and sent them each a memo transfer notifying them that the survey is there for them to respond to, and then went back and linked each individual memo transfer to that person. So it's now on the chain that every witness should know about it over the next 2 weeks.
How long did it take you to spam all of these people? I mean, to send all of the people the survey this afternoon?
About 3.5 hours, maybe 4, somewhere in that ballpark.
That's awesome, man. I'm serious. Like, I make light of it, but to do this kind of work and to reach out like you did to all of these people is fantastic. So I think the least all of us can do is re-steam it and get as many of these people to respond as possible. And you can see that they're already coming in. So that's good. It means that people like the questions, and I think the way you set it up.
Harass the shit out of the ones that don't.
What?
Harass the shit out of the ones that don't.
That's gonna be your job.
Yeah, I'm very gracious to both all the Steemians that went through and left some questions, but already I've only sent out those within the last 7 or so hours, I'd say, and the witnesses that's already taken the time to either message me and show their support for the project, or to go ahead and jump in and actually leave a comment, and then the ones that have already went through and completed the survey. I'm blown away by their generosity and their support for not just for me, but for the community in general.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
good stuff. Yeah,
great idea, and that's the cool thing about it. About this blockchain and about the work that everyone's doing, and kind of like what.
Dude, it's like a. Sorry, John. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's like you have an idea and you put a plan together, and then you enact on the plan and go for it. It's great. You like pitch the idea, like we talked about it, and then it was just like, yep, I'm doing it, and now it's done.
Yeah, and I view this as just the first of multiple ones of these. I'm hoping that we see 200 questions on the next one, and it can only continue to grow. I'm shooting for January 1st to be the next quarterly one that we'll hopefully see if we can't get some comments on for where people think SMTs are going, or who knows what we're going to be talking about. The big talking points will be by January, but do it all over and then do it again the next quarter following that.
Yep, and I think having witnesses come on, if we want to set a certain date and do a witness panel discussion that we all facilitate or help facilitate, and have them dive in further and engage with the community, I think that'd be good too.
Yeah, I dig it. It's like a virtual town hall, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Hey Pat, have you gotten? I haven't even had a chance to look at the answers, but have there been any answers that have been either questionable or maybe controversial?
You know, I've not had a chance to really dig into them either. As soon as I got it finished, Katie got home, spent a couple hours with her, and then I had to try to get a nap in before the show tonight. So I've not had a chance to really read most of them.
Sure. No worries, man.
I do hope to. I don't know how detailed the report's going to be, but I'm hoping to take every one of the responses and put that into a giant report in about 3 weeks. So follow up on a little bit more there. I know that Shadows Pub from the Steem at Ramble Discord messaged me, and apparently on the 11th is also going to be doing a witness forum type discussion, and I'm hoping I try to get as much of it together for them as possible to have it available for the witnesses that are there that day.
Cool. What day is that? That's a Thursday, right?
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. Okay. You should go on Pimp Your Post too. That Shadows Pub does on Thursday.
You know, I'd always heard you and Sean talk about it and never really knew where that was at or what you all were really talking about until he reached out. And then when I was in their Discord, realized, well, this is what it's all about. And they have a huge community over there.
They have a huge, yes.
I was pretty blown away.
Well, good work, man. This is cool stuff.
Yeah,
I appreciate
Shiren
it.
says great work,
Kudos.
Patrick.
Thank you all.
My only preemptive was to talk about witness survey. I can go and check and see if Matt or Bernie Sanders has replied to my comments.
Oh.
Well, you know, Bernie Sanders has been upvoting some of my streams lately, so.
Really?
I'm wondering what I did. Like,
You did something right.
Like, hack me or something.
Waiting for
did
the
something
he
right.
sweetens you up, then knocks you down.
Right?
It's like there's I'm watching you upvotes.
Is it because it's like, yeah, I know. And he has like a 67% self upvote, but then he sprinkles out little greens.
Right.
You know?
The crumbs are just falling down on Katie's head.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least they're not down votes.
Yep, better than the alternative for sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I was sending the memo transfer to Next Gen Crypto, I'm like, is this really a good idea, or is witness survey about to get buried into the ground?
What place is he now?
I want to say he was in the 60s ish. Pull it up real quick and see. 48.
48. He's moving on up.
I just think, I don't know, man. I think there's times where he wants to be the bad actor to show how bad it could be. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like that's the average programmer, right? Is testing the limits, Patrick. I know you like digging into stuff and seeing what's broke on it, right?
Right.
I don't know. So I don't know if you can relate to that or what. What?
I'm wondering about what's going to be the synergy when you get the results back from the witness survey between that information and the whales. I don't know.
Maybe we should do a whale survey.
Yeah, well, I mean, you should figure out how they correlate. I mean,
That's actually a good idea.
I don't. And actually, that is a more direct way to look for correspondence. Is just ask them, and it is to go, try and survey their contents and their post, and see what they have to say that relates or pertains to this stuff. Just fucking ask them. I don't know. Some possibility. The thing is, the witness has to do with the governance, and the whales has to do with the big participators.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the thought of figuring out a way to utilize Whale Wars as some type of segment or show.
It's a good idea. It's a good concept.
Like talking about the drama going on this week in Whale Wars.
Yes, exactly.
and then our logo could be Captain Ahab.
And then each week we feature a whale and we go through their wallet and their activity and what they do, and this week on
That's
Whale
not a bad
Wars.
idea. I like the idea of regular segments
to see how they act.
Spotlight a whale.
Okay, so here's where decentralized works, because we're all simulcasting, right? So it's like you can't flag all of us. Well, I mean, you can.
Oh yeah, you can.
Effective.
Easily with like that. They're whales.
Yeah, like that. We're gone from the blockchain.
Right? Whale spotlight.
Well, we're not gone, but we're hidden.
Right.
In the corner.
We didn't like the
first.
We didn't like the first.
They might not see our posts, but they can never turn off our Zoom room.
Except for us frustrated punks, we like have 5 different accounts.
That's all right.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it out here. That's why there's over 1 million accounts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
And what?
50,000 active.
I was gonna say 20,000 active users. I don't even know. Is it 50?
A month and a half ago, it was 50.
I bet it's lower.
But yeah, I mean,
now
look, you can take a graph of Bitcoin and then take a graph of the daily usage, and it's like corresponding. Like as the price of crypto goes up, the usage goes up, and as it goes down, it goes down. Like I'm gonna have to do that because I keep saying, but there's a correlation.
Well, no, that's one of the biggest questions as far as the use case for this type of any social networking site. The endemic problem is whack-a-mole, whack a user, whack a alleged user, bogus account after bogus account after bogus account. Hell, write a script. You could have 10,000 of them by this evening, depending on where you are.
S-Masker done a pretty cool post where he looked at the claimed accounts from Steem Hunt that they've been claiming for usage on their platform, and they actually have a higher retention activity there than what you see for just general Steem, which I thought was a promising look at what Hard Fork 20 is going to do for the ecosystem in general.
Big question, hard.
And that all of that goes back to the SMT development. I don't understand why we can't just I don't know anything about development, so I would assume that stuff, getting it streamlined and finished the way they want to, takes a lot of time. But you also see how important it is when you make a comment like that about Steem Hunt and how they're able to onboard people and keep them involved and engaged and participating in the platform.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the usage, and during hard fork, obviously the usage dropped because you couldn't use Steem, and then with the RC credit issue. But there was a significant drop off in usage after hard fork because we're creatures of habit. That's how much just a couple days of messing up our routine, we go to something else. That's a chunk of people that we lost prematurely. So. Something to think about. Maybe they're thinking our Caesar's going to be like that, and they're, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? But it was definitely quicker than the pace previously. Hey, in other news, Red Dead Online came out today.
Really?
Oh boy.
So people that own the Ultimate Edition could play at 8:30 this morning Eastern, and the people that played it day of get it tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. And then the people that played it the first 3 days Thursday, and then the people that have the game, it's open Friday. So I'm pretty excited. Callie says it sucks, from what he's heard.
Okay.
He gets to play it in the morning.
All right.
I was gonna bring up R.I.P. Steven Hellenberg, the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants. He passed away.
Was he old?
No, he was 57.
That's too bad.
Dang.
That was a moment of silence.
That's usually when Eric drinks. Yep, there he goes.
I got the weed pen.
There he goes.
Eric shared.
It's only beer today, not liquor. I'm good.
Controlling yourself.
Katie laughs because I was lit and I want to apologize.
It was so entertaining though. You
Yeah.
and Sean were like,
There's no need to. That was so fun. I'm glad I left. But because it was so fun to listen to. And like I said, like I told you guys, it was like one of them would go to leave and you'd be like, hold on, just one second. I gotta ask you a question, but I want to go and ask this person the question first.
You wait right there. I'm putting you in the corner just for a second.
Wait.
Like I'm the co-host of this shit now.
Yep. Yeah. Hey.
finally, I was like, I'm gonna hate you guys at work tomorrow. I've got to pull myself away from this.
Well, I don't think it was as bad as a train wreck, but you're wondering, like, you heard the tires squealing, and you're like, what is it? What's gonna happen?
See, 9 people is the perfect Hollywood Squares showing.
It
So
sure is.
Or go to John's post for information because it's not on mine. Sorry.
That's right. The best
I was
low.
playing Red Dead, man. It's like online comes. I get to play online tomorrow. Trying to focus on the game.
I'm kind of regretting not picking it up on Black Friday now.
It looks like a sweet game.
I've been enjoying it a lot. Oh. It's the first game I've completed in a really long time. I can't think of the last time I actually beat a video game.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
I didn't beat Grand Theft Auto 5. I loved San Andreas, and I didn't even beat San Andreas. You know, like, I played that for weeks, and I didn't beat it.
Oh, I spent too much time fucking around on San Andreas.
The only game I ever finished all the way through was Gun.
Gun.
It was
That's
on.
old school,
It was
right?
an old
Or that's,
PS2 game.
I was just gonna say PlayStation 2. I thought so.
Yep.
I never
old
got
PS2
into that.
game.
Did you hear they have a battle royale for online for Red Dead?
Interesting.
I like that
Like-
though.
You would. Oh my goodness. I don't know, but it might be. I mean, how much can you really do? You know, like it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. Like, what are the maps going to be? Saint Denis? You know, like the big city in the map. Is that going to be the main battle royale stage? Like, how are they going to do that? I also would like to see. You could join up with your posse, and you're the sheriff, and you got another place that's trying to like bust somebody out of jail or something like that. You know, I could see how that'd be fun. Be interesting.
Yep. The only online game that I played was PS2 was SOCOM. I played like all of those.
SOCOM was
dude, I was a SOCOM fan.
Yeah.
I remember
Absolutely.
That was so fun. That was like, I don't know, I'm a little older, so it was like my first experience with the internet as far as like being able to be in the same map with people from all over the place and talk shit and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I was awful. I was awful at the game, but I was fun at talking shit and running around looking lost and getting sniped.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it was. I mean, to me, SOCOM was more realistic than any of the other games because I mean, it took just a couple of shots to take you out.
Yeah.
It was just an overall great game, man. I loved it.
Oh, for sure.
Now,
Jiu-jitsu.
Callie said they had battle royale. He said battle royale is just fancy talk. Wait. Battle royale is just fancy talk for last man standing.
Yep.
But he said he remembers Red Dead alternate. They've had battle royale before PUBG.
What? Callie is on. Is he watching on yours?
Yeah, I asked him to jump
What time
on.
is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, tell him to get his ass in here. It's only 8:25 there.
Yeah, he'd be great to be on here.
Oh yeah, he's on the West Coast. Yeah, for sure. He has no excuse.
He's a vegan, ain't he?
Smoke up.
He's a vegan, ain't he?
Callie Meat Wagon. Yeah, he's great. I more consistently watch his stream than any other stream.
I'd say yours or his, Eric. Yeah, for sure. Those are the two guys. I'm not into watching people play video games. But if I do want to watch,
Sean S. Porter's follower count has just plummeted.
Well, shit. Well, I want to chat. I jump on chat, and then it's hard for some people to play certain games and talk. Yeah. So it's like I just sit there watching them play, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you on the pile, bro. You know.
Well, I've noticed there's been times for me where my ritual lately is starting the stream, going on Stream Me, D Live, and Vim, chilling, rolling one up, smoking it, cigarette, bullshit, and then it'll end up getting to the point where like I'll have a decent amount of people engaging and we're just chatting. Then I'll start playing Red Dead, and it's like my viewer count. It's like I need to really think about that. You know, maybe I should just have more chill streams where I'm just hanging out. You know.
Yep.
But the way I see it, I'm gonna be playing Red Dead, so I might as well stream it. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and that's for sure. I went and got a cheap TV just so I can, because I'm the same way. I'm like, if I'm gonna play, might as well jump on and see what people are doing. So.
Yeah. Great.
I love that.
That 101, man. I can't drink every time there's an awkward silence. I'm gonna get obliterated.
Right.
Right. For me,
I'm already got a good buzz going on.
Okay, I got one. Did we figure out audio, how that would work?
Yeah, so if you when you click share in the lower left hand corner of that pop up, there's a thing for carry through your audio sound.
Where everybody can hear it?
Yep.
Okay, you might have to walk me through that, but can I share this?
Share it, and then look on that share screen. Look for a little checkbox at the bottom.
Yeah, it's clear.
Of that window.
Got it.
What do you guys think the optimize for full screen video clip? That means that's not applicable to this because that's only if I was going full screen, literally, right?
Huh?
Hold on. What screen are you seeing here?
Your woman.
You still see that?
Yep.
Cool.
No, now we see Vim.
Oh shit.
Did you get rid of it?
How about now?
There we go.
Damn.
What?
Okay.
It's not gonna work?
All right. Yeah, it won't work for my stream, but they'll just have to deal with it for a sec, I guess.
You don't have a browser source set up?
Evidently I didn't, but
sorry.
Oh, browser source.
Well, I guess what you say is true. I could never spend my life with a man like you. I could never be your woman. Oh. Fuck, that's hard. God damn it. Please tell me what you've got to say to me. I've been waiting for so long to hear the truth. It comes as no surprise at all you see. So cut the crap and tell me that we're through. Now I know your heart, I know your mind. You don't even know you're being unkind. So much for all your highbrow Marxist ways. Just use me up and then you walk away. How could you play me this way?
Do you want me to keep playing, or I mean,
I like it.
anybody? Just yeah. What do you guys think?
That's a
I
pretty
like
cool
it.
looking apartment.
How much longer is it?
It's another 2 minutes.
Oof, man, I'm a fan of short songs. I think.
All right. Well, I'll throw the link. I'll throw the link in there.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't care.
But,
I actually
mean,
like it. He's got a pretty good freaking voice. I'll give him
he
that.
does, doesn't he? But he's
got
on.
a good voice.
He's a disc golfer.
Okay, cool.
And then yeah,
There you
obviously it goes without saying. But I will throw that D2
Early next year, you'll be in.
Early next year will be what?
You'll be seeing me putting music up on there because me and my buddy Nick are actually working on some songs. Like we've wrote some emo-ish songs. I don't know if anyone really cares to listen to that, but we wrote a couple songs called "Sick of Wasting My Time." There's also "You Stole the Girl I Want." Someone for everyone, but no one for me. Yes, these are about girls.
I imagine most emo. Well, a lot of it's got to be.
I know, right?
I've been into. I mean, I listened to AFI when I was growing up. I know how it goes. That's not really emo. That's about as emo as I
Then
got.
we have one song that isn't emo, and it's called "The World Through My Eyes," and basically that's a song about how fucked up the world is, and everyone refuses to realize it.
Hey, tell me this, TJ. Dashboard Confessional, emo or no?
Emo.
Ooh.
They're right there. They're like. I mean, they don't look emo. Like if you saw them as a band, they'd be like they could be a normal band, but you hear them and they're emo.
Yeah.
You can't see them live because everyone's singing to their shit louder than they're singing it. It's horrible. But
Fun fact,
got some good songs.
Patrick has one of their vinyls that he will not open up. Like,
Oh my god.
Open up the vinyl, and he's like, no.
I think I classify more as a pop.
They're like.
I'm sure you would. So you're keeping one of their vinyls.
They're
Wrong.
what Green Day is to punk, right?
I'd call them pop punk.
Well, no, because Green Day's pop punk. That's what I'm saying. They're not punk.
No.
Or Blink 182.
Dashboard Confessional is not punk.
No. Your hair is. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I know that song.
Oh, please. Please keep going.
Oh, that's it. It'll have to be death metal streams after that. Yeah. Die Artist Murder just dropped their new single, so that's what I'm excited for. That's what's on my playlist.
Who?
I saw Gore a couple weeks ago.
Deathcore.
Wow.
It's aggressive.
I guess.
I'm trying to entice Callie on so we have the perfect 9.
Oh, what do we need to do that? Callie.
I don't know. I told him to go to your page with all the information.
Link that murder thing, that diatomaceous murder.
Oh yeah, on the XCW streaming account I was on a stream last night.
Link some deathcore.
Dude says Chemical Romance, emo as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
My Chemical Romance, yeah. My Chemical Romance, Jimmy Eat World, Fall Out Boy.
Okay, they can. Okay.
Sum 41.
World. I get that. Then yeah. What'd you say?
Callie's setting up a new computer.
Sum 41.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, see now they're pop punk a little bit though. They've got a punk feel.
What does that mean, Eric? Does that mean he's setting it up to come on, or does that mean he's busy?
I'm guessing he's busy.
I can't jump on your awesome simulcast because I'm building a computer.
Assume that through text. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
One of those.
You know what? It's nice of him just to tune in and listen.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kelly's
And
good.
comment. He's funny.
Yeah.
I like his streams. I also like anyone who live streams with a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. It just reminds me of the 80s.
Well, in his case, it's not a cigarette.
Well, you know.
But I do. Are you making fun of me?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Then we're good.
We don't do that around here.
Right. So I'm working on, like, if I can find a clear chroma for X's, like just on people when they say something I don't agree with.
That's
You know, like-
basically the penalty box thing I was thinking of. Yeah, something to be like signify, because I've got my Stream Deck here, so I can just set it up like a button, and it's gonna pop right back up on there.
Now, what would be great is if you keyed it for, if we had 9 people for each quadrant, so you could just accurately.
Yep. That would be awesome.
I think I could do that because you can take it each one and you can program it into a folder. So I could.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Back to emote for a minute here. What do you think of the more hardcore screamo type of stuff?
Examples?
Like attack, clown the empire.
I've heard of attack, but I can't think of their sound. Screamo. How about Asking Alexandria? What are they?
They're considered screamo.
Okay, all right. Well, it's like I can listen to a song or two. I'd listen to them live. Everything's better live, you know. But
Dude says Slipknot. Discuss.
well, I mean, they got to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame someday as being the people that brought together the. I mean, they got to be one of the heaviest bands to be super popular through the 90s. Them and I'd say System of a Down maybe. So I think they're very influential. They're the one band that is still around that was big in like the rap metal, right? Korn's gone, Limp Bizkit's gone.
I was just gonna say, what about Korn and that same exact scratchy bass?
Dude, I go back and listen to Korn, and I was a pretty big fan, and I'm like, God, this stuff's kind of garbage, man.
Right.
I was
Well,
an angsty teen. I don't know some of it. I'm sorry, Katie. I'm gonna say it, goddamn.
Oh.
Don't even start hating on Limp Bizkit because our friendship level is gonna like.
Okay, well, $3 bill, y'all.
Just
was a
after
great
you said you hate watching
that?
video game streams too, so I'm like, where did we
Except-
not
yeah,
understand
well-
here?
Oh, geez, I know. I've said too much. The pile is building.
Limp Bizkit still exists, actually.
Oh, I know. Well, I try not to think about that. But the early, that first album. Oh, wow, really? Florida Boys. Okay.
You know, dude just said something about Linkin Park, and I was just thinking Linkin Park like that. When I first got my car and my license, that was a CD that played over and
There you
over.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then once I got the speakers, it was Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg
Okay.
for a
okay.
solid year.
Got to get the bass because of the bass. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Funny how
Dude.
your song types change as you get different hardware. You know.
Or just grow up, man. I used to listen to fucking ICP.
Really?
Michigan boys there, Detroit.
Yep.
Detroit.
They go drinking motherfuckers.
Fucking A.
Uh,
Now I
What do
listen
you
to
guys know
Tuesday.
about Fago? What do you
Well,
guys
every
know
time I
about
drive,
one of the ICP guys is going to be in Toledo in a couple weeks.
They still do it, man. Wherever you see them, they got the fucking makeup on and everything. I'm like, well, man, they commit to a gimmick. That's for fucking sure. I mean, it's that all they got. I mean, so.
Oh,
says,
man.
Rock turned to shit after the 70s.
they commit to a
Prove me
gimmick.
wrong.
I was just going to say, like, I listen to, like, I listen to, like, NWA and classic rock, basically. So,
I can see that. I can see that.
What are you trying to say, Sean?
he's trying to say I'm... Wait, what? I look white?
Now, from speaking from the elder's perspective, John, I feel comfortable asking you.
Yes, please. I can speak from that perspective.
What, like Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings was considered is considered country now. Was it necessarily considered country back then?
No, so that's a little bit before my time, but yes, they were.
I know that, but I wanted to.
I believe that they were considered that back then. Absolutely, especially Waylon Jennings.
Consider Johnny Cash like a folk singer.
Lots of, there was a time when that was like Patsy Cline. I mean, there was lots of sounds that kind of walked that line. You're right, Eric. So
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Oh, nice.
Good pun, bud.
What you did there.
Good pun, bud.
Now I need to work Ring of Fire in somewhere.
Yeah, I grew up Waylon Jennings, Charlie Daniels,
Fred Disc,
and Ace of Base.
Ace of Base. Well, see, now that's 80s. That's super fucking 80s.
I don't know if anyone read the chat, but Jiu-Jitsu basically said he wants Fred Durst to come on the Steeming podcast.
Oh,
okay.
That'd be great. Fred, if you're out there listening to the VOD, start a Steeming account and jump on the pile.
Johnny Cash was the first rapper, I guess. Callie says Johnny Cash was the first rapper.
I thought it was the Sugar Hill Gang.
No, that's an abomination of hip hop, by the way. Don't get me started on that shit.
Hey, what you hear is not a test.
Shade thrown.
Can't believe you could say that.
Wants to know, is Sean a juggalo? Or has he ever been a juggalo?
Sean is not a juggalo. No.
Never put the makeup on. I was in a band where I wore an upside down cross. I painted it on my face, but that's as close as I got to wearing makeup. So
Pictures didn't happen.
Oh, I've got pictures, my friend. I will post them.
Do it. Bet you won't.
Put it on a D-snap thumbnail.
In your long hair days?
Say again, Katie?
Did you wear eyeliner during your long hair days?
Of course I did. Hell yeah. And whenever the wife is interested.
Oh, I'm listening.
Well, we met at a metal show. She was dating a drummer of a band I played with, and he said, "Oh, you'll like Fury 161's new singer." And here we are, 15 years later. She liked me. I went to a party at her house, and the rest is history. We had a kid too fucking long later. So,
Gone Rogue, you didn't talk about your music.
Yeah, Gone Rogue. What the fuck?
Well, music.
You're gonna tell us.
No, listen. I've told this to Lindsay, but I don't fucking know music, man. Music's not my genre. It's not my thing. The music I did grow up with is probably like Linkin Park, Eminem, and some underground Immortal Technique. Quite honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Good one.
Anti-Flag, some Anti-Flag, some fucking
Yeah,
Rise
I could have
Against.
guessed you were into punk,
I do like Rise Against.
Totally. I skated back in the day, man, so I had my phases.
Yeah.
Rise
actually
Against
saw
used to advocate for the monkey wrenches in the gears. Now they're out turning them. Sorry, man.
It's okay.
But that's usually what happens. They grow up, and then they start helping crank the gears.
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine, I like too.
Sure. Yeah. I was really influenced by Rage and Slipknot, I think, the most. So when I was growing up, like in a band, those were the guys. You know how you always kind of imitate people a little bit? And we were definitely in that kind of style. You always cringe when you look back on stuff that long ago. You're like, oh, wow. I got the whole gear. I tied ribbons into my hair to match my skirt. I had the whole fucking thing going on.
I saw Guns N' Roses last year in Cleveland.
Wow. And how late did they go on?
They went for 3 hours. It was
No, I mean, like, did they start on time?
Yes. They started within 10 minutes, and they played for 3 hours.
Nice.
And
he's
Slash,
famous for, showing up late and shit. So
yeah, and they did it. They did it well, like where they had the set time to where everyone was able to take a break at certain points. So it was cool. They did a good job, and Slash is worth the price of admission.
So
Just
is
by
this with
himself.
Axl?
It was all of them. Yeah, it was called the.
So how'd he sound?
It was.
That's the big question.
He sounded like he'd partied hard, and You know, he was doing his best. It was cool.
Okay.
You knew it was him.
Yeah. Right.
You know, it wasn't like, yeah.
That's cool.
What do y'all think of Velvet Revolver?
I love Waylon. I mean, he's a great vocalist. I wasn't crazy about the band. I think they had a couple good songs though.
Yeah.
From what I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked STP better, I think. Don't you say? Whoa. Would you really like them better than STP?
Like, yeah, STP above Velvet Revolver, but Velvet Revolver is what I wanted and needed at the time, man.
That's fair.
It's interesting.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, I can't get it, but I'll take it. You know, like, all right.
ESP, why do you hate Axl Rose?
Because he's a dick.
That's why? That's why you guys hate people?
No, I don't hate him.
I was gonna say, so now I understand why people don't like me. Okay.
I just thought he was annoying.
While we're on the subject of old school rock and roll, like I went and saw Def Leppard earlier this year with Journey.
That'd be fun. With Journey.
Love Journey.
No, isn't that funny? Like back in the day, they would have never fucking toured together, huh? Now they're like, yeah, we're both old as shit.
We'll talk about grinding gears.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes, a band should just hang it up. We're done. Right? Especially, the voice goes over time. You can become a better guitarist. You can be like Chet Atkins and play when you're, 70 or whatever. But voices just go. There comes a time when you're just like,
If you can still sell
Journey
tickets,
made
it's hard
me
to
shit
hang it up.
my pants. I nearly shit my pants with how close they sounded to the recording.
Well, they've had that Filipino guy for like 30 years now. So.
Oh, so he does supporting vocals, or does he do the lead?
He replaces the lead singer.
Okay.
Now, when you tell people,
but he's also 25 years younger. Go ahead.
I was gonna say sorry, Dave, but you have to say that when you hear the band. That's like I saw Alice in Chains last month, but I can't go around telling people I fucking saw Alice in Chains because it was with some other dude. I didn't even bother watching. I was like, oh yeah, there's a big screen. I'm gonna go over and get to the front for System, right? So I was just standing in front waiting for System the whole time. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. He sounds kind of close. But I don't give a shit. So that's the way I feel about it. About new singers and bands.
Jiu-Jitsu said Air Supply's greatest hits.
Guys, I've been working too hard. I've been working long hours. And,
all right, man. Well, thanks for hanging out.
Well, bye.
Good to see you. Well, and I think there's a time for that as well without prolonging the agony. I like the way you did it. It was just perfect, the right amount of time and the right amount of goodbyes. I'm gonna fuck it all up. Okay, bye.
All right, later, man.
Get out of here.
ISP.
Jiu-Jitsu said Air Supply, his greatest hits, will soothe you.
I think I'm going to have to follow suit with ESP at this point.
Oh, come in here. We named the show after you, and you're the second one to leave. Second one to leave.
Can y'all not tell how tired he looks right now?
Oh, and you brought your defense attorney in here with you. That's so sweet. Cool. Thanks, Patrick. Good job tonight.
Appreciate
for
it.
bringing all the content.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh, Gone Rogue's finally talking.
Jesus. Yeah, listen, I can handle your shit sometimes, man, but fucking hey. You're, I don't know. You're funny, John.
At some point later this year or early next year, I plan to go see Dragon Force and the red jumpsuit apparatus. And...
Bye, Patrick. I know you were trying to say something at the end. Go into someone's room and send them a message, and we'll read it.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's see. I got
a bucket of
a lot of love over on mine. Did you guys get? You got people watching in your chat and stuff, right?
I had a couple in and out, but I think a lot of them were on Eric's, or went over to Eric's. They decided that mine worked.
Thanks, Katie.
Oh, I'll go upvote you right now, Sean.
Thanks, man. Oh, and for the record, my wife basically fell in love with me for singing Faith in Limp Bizkit style. So I will always be, at least that first album, super good style.
Oh, yeah.
I had to redeem myself with you. And what it was is Korn just went downhill real quick, in my opinion. But those first albums are still.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
They were there and then they weren't.
That's the thing, man. They were in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sure were. People were looking for something new after grunge died.
So did the audience wise up? Or what happened with them? Like, what would be the reason for their demise? Because we
They
can.
lost Head, their guitar player, and their I don't know. I don't know if he was the lead songwriter, but it seems like he was because they stopped. I don't know. It wasn't very catchy anymore. So as things go, that guy went Christian and started doing Christian metal.
Okay.
And, that wasn't really the. Yeah. Neither
Kind
worked
of like
out.
just how when Peter Steele died and Typo Negative broke up.
Well, that's obvious. I mean, what would have been even worse if they were like, "Hey, this guy kind of sounds like Peter Steele. Let's tour with him," right?
It made me think about Smokey from Friday when he went Christian after Friday and went to go be a minister.
Oh, dang. Well, it's hard. You know,
Who else did that? I think
being on the road is hard.
Mace. I don't know if you guys remember Mace.
Oh yeah, with Puffy.
Didn't he get into politics, bro?
Yeah. He went into the whole. I guess he became a minister too, something like that.
Well, he won the rap with Puffy contest.
Is that how he got on the video?
I'm pretty sure that's how he got his start, man. Was he won a rap with Puffy contest.
That's cool. Oh look, now it feels like I was asking for votes. Now
Yeah.
I'm getting a whole bunch of upvotes.
I went in there, you had 10, and I'm like, oh, look at this. Now he's got 20.
Just remember who the OG was.
Oh, I will. You believe me.
So, what's everybody's karaoke song? Their go-to?
Walk by Pantera.
Baby's Got Back.
One of Eight Spice Girls.
Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
They don't have that.
Uh-oh.
They do,
Something they have in the book, bro.
Most of the places I go to will make them like they actually will pull it off YouTube. And
I know you.
several...
I know you know NXS, man. I need you tonight. That's you, all the way, TJ. I can feel it.
Well, if I were gonna sing like songs to girls at karaoke bars, I usually play "I Want You to Want Me" by Cheap Trick.
Okay, that is also acceptable.
Mine is Ugly Kid Joe, Everything About You.
Ugly Kid Joe. Shit, it's been a long time since I heard that.
Yeah.
The other day I heard Green Jelly, Three Little Pigs. I could fuck around with that.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that song in forever.
Little pig,
let me in.
Then I also will typically do "Hey There, Delilah." I'll also usually
what's the name of that band?
go through like Green Day and
Plain White Tees, right?
for "Hey There, Delilah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're legit. That kid's a good songwriter.
Then I'll do "Wake Me Up When September Ends" and.
Oh God, I just can't get into Green Day. I don't know.
Either.
Really? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I never could get into them. I don't know why. I think it's because I was into real punk, and they got big, and I was like, "That's not real punk." And so forever, I was like, it was like, I don't know. But I kind of like Blink 182. I'd put them up.
Yeah.
They're better.
There was more emo bitches at Stack for Blink 182. Yeah.
I don't want to get kicked out of this room. But does anyone think that every 311 song sounds the same?
Yes.
Every Nickelback song sounds the same.
I fucking hate 311.
311. That is, man. It's Nickelback. At least they've got hooks. 311. They might all be the same, and we're just not paying attention.
Hey, Gone Rogue, I think that's a good question for 10 questions, don't you think?
What's that?
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude on the
You
web
should
says
ask
"Friends in
Katie
Low
her
Places" by
10
Garth Brooks.
questions.
Oh, there you go. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, you do got to give Katie the 10 questions.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Mm.
Just consume another bucket of KFC that you people in Kentucky can
It wouldn't be a stream if TJH didn't say something about KFC to Katie.
Wouldn't.
You just couldn't help yourself.
My gosh.
Maybe an hour left. TJ, damn it.
You almost made it. No, you didn't.
I think TJ sees me as someone who gets up in the morning, has breakfast at KFC, takes a break during work, goes and gets KFC. On my way home, I stop through the drive-thru, get some
All
KFC.
Kentuckians, right? I think that's what it is. You all live right there in the state. You gotta go to
Everyone
the
in,
We got
everyone
one
in
on every corner.
Kentucky, they
Pop over to
worship
Four
Colonel
Roses.
Sanders.
Stop by the distillery on the
And
morning.
all the children in Kentucky don't beg for Santa Claus to bring them presents. They beg for Colonel Sanders to come down their chimney.
Do you all have Lee's around you? Lee's chicken?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love Lee's. Lee's is so much better than KFC.
We're at Zell's out here.
We have Churches.
Oh, Churches is good.
Churches is good.
We were out in Atlanta and had some. That was good. I think it was there. Yeah.
We have KFC, and then the local fast food type that is Mr. Chicken.
Mr. Chicken's
And
all right.
the Mr. Chicken car even comes to our village parade.
Dang.
So you can see we're kind of a big deal, right?
Right. It was our first year. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, oh, look, the Mr. Chicken car is going to be in our parade. Lawnmowers are in the parade too, guys. So.
Damn, it's pretty high billing.
Oh yeah, it'll be. I'm definitely going to get some footage.
Nice. You should get in there. The big old Steem sign. Might as
Oh
well.
man.
What about Sonny's Barbecue?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of them.
I'm moving to Kentucky. That's all there is to it. They got Lee's and Sonny's.
Yeah.
As long as they got both, I'm pretty happy.
Dude, the best part about Kentucky are those fucking warehouses of liquor.
That's what I'm saying, man.
What is it?
Bourbon.
No.
The Bourbon Trail is just like right down the road.
What are the names of the liquor store where you just go in there and they have anything alcoholic that you can think of? Liquor Barn. Liquor Barn.
Oh,
It's
Bevmo,
this
where we're from.
huge warehouse of booze and kegs and beer and snacks.
I can't go in there without dropping at least $2 bills, man.
Oh, you just walk in and you're like,
Bourbon Twinkies.
ah.
And then you drink it all and grab a Louisville Slugger.
No. Moderation. Everything in moderation.
You then go over to the Colonel Sanders grave and you worship to him.
Okay,
With chicken bones.
Let's take this deeper. Is Colonel Sanders, was that a real dude, or is this all just a marketing gimmick?
Real.
That was a real
Okay,
guy.
so he was the founder of KFC was a Colonel.
Yeah, I'm from where the first KFC was.
Oh, oh, you're not helping. You're not. Don't tell him.
I know. That's what I just thought. I was like,
We already know this.
Yes.
Patrick gets tormented with it too. His reactions aren't as funny though, but
I think Jiu-Jitsu's from there, so you could lay on him a little bit too.
do you worship the Colonel Sanders too?
I'm from Western Kentucky in Paducah, and my parents live in Louisville.
There you go.
And you said in there every time you say you're from Kentucky, someone busts out with the KFC.
Yeah, there's there's KFCs in Mexico, so the first thing out of their mouth is KFC.
Of course. Oh God. Jesus. It's low fruit, is what you're saying.
Basically.
He worships to Colonel Sanders as well.
Yes.
We get it.
The Church of KFC is what it's called over there.
Seriously,
they don't
though,
have Scientology. They have the Church of KFC.
Dude, the other day I had to program a check to the Church of Scientology. There's a pretty big one here. I was like,
why are they tax exempt? Should they still be recognized as a religion in the United States?
if all the other ones are going to be, yeah, it's just as, I mean, it's no better or worse of an idea than any of the other ones, in my opinion. So, fucking take it away from all of them or let them have it.
Okay.
I don't really.
Really?
No, not really. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'd say no. Yeah, fuck no. None of them should have it.
Yeah.
Donate to any kind of politics, and they shouldn't be tax exempt.
No church.
No church.
Is that what you're saying?
Secular. I'm secular, my friend.
Okay.
Church. Well, and even if you're, you know, I believe in the separation of church and state. Even if you're religious, I mean, you know, all the right, you know, that's your right. All the power to you, but you know, you've got to keep it separate. You got to keep them separated. Offspring. Boom. We're back into music.
+1 for Offspring. The Offspring. +1.
Dude, talk about a hit-making fucking machine. Those guys, they got a lot.
Dexter's smart as shit too.
Yeah.
He's friends with Corolla. Corolla talks about him once in a while, and I think he has him on once in a while. Dexter's smart as shit.
Well, while we're on the keep them separated thing, there's a fucked up version of this song by Blowfish called "You Gotta Keep Her Penetrated."
Okay, well, that's nice.
Fucking A, man. Fucking A.
You really know how to hit the brakes, TJ. I'll give you that, my friend.
I'm like the resident of the dark web and the master of all ridiculous bullshit. So
okay,
if you want a fucked up song, I'm probably the one to ask about it.
TJ's the reason I don't have
bombard her
in my stream.
The reason you don't have what?
The song request feature in my stream.
Yeah, he just smashes it with YouTube videos of random weird ass shit.
MC Vagina.
The diabetes song.
You were playing some good tunes though on your stream earlier, Eric. That was cool.
Thanks, man. That was pretty much my Pandora, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, throughout the month of diabetes, I was playing the Happy Diabetes song. It's a mix up of Wilford Brimley's commercial where he sings like, "I eat ice cream all through the night, and as a result, I got diabetes."
I have no idea what we're talking about right now.
Music. You started it, remember, asshole?
I did not mean for this to happen. God damn it. I'm sorry.
There was a video I saw earlier on one of Bernie Sanders' beef posts where this other lady replied, and it's something about Bernie Sanders and plugs that go in your rear. And she was singing it to him. She was singing it to him.
Okay.
And she like couldn't. She was laughing, like you could hear, like she was taping it live, and I would mute this, but it's too fucking hilarious. Is that Wilford Brimley? Okay. So they just cut up the poor man's voice. That show that he was on was really neat.
Postmortem cut him up.
Oh, man.
I instantly thought of Wilford Brimley being autopsied. Am I fucked up? Something's wrong with me. Too much CSI. That's what it is. Anyone watch TV anymore? Not me.
No.
Callie says he
Fuck
thinks he got
Comcast.
Patrick with the autoplay, with the 10-hour loop of the song that never ends.
Oh gosh, dude, what was that called? Lamb Chops Play Along?
Yeah.
That was legit. That was my shit back then.
Katie, why are these people so mean to you and Patrick for all the work that he does on the Steem blockchain? You'd think that he could get a little bit more love.
I do it for the lulz because the reactions are hilarious.
I suggested that they do it to where you can you have to donate to play a song, and then you have the choice whether to not play it with or without
skip it, right?
Yeah. And like you could pay the donation, but I don't have to play it. I may play it. You know what I mean?
Or you hear the first 10 seconds, and then if they want to skip it, they can, even if it's no pay.
Yeah, you could do a kind of show or something around it if you could control it better.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. That's all I do is think about shows that could take up more of my time.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, because we could use breakout groups, so then we can have a first group on their streams, filter it, and then only send over the people that have good suggestions, and then they'll be the ones that go into the live. So we do a filter, and then we...
A screening room.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Only the strong survive.
Well, I've been meaning... I always say, let's use breakout groups more, because we can all have our own individual streams, and people can come in and out. Or we can have two different discussions and make people that are watching go to two different channels. Might increase.
Callie says he hit him with that 10-hour loop because he doesn't push his Callie shirts enough on his shop. Fair enough. That's
But
fair.
I will say, Patrick has a bunch of Cali merch, but I want some Katie Cat shirts, and they're nowhere to be found.
And it's got to be a bucket of KFC with a cat on it.
I can't even
I
get
want-
access to add stuff. I'd add stuff.
I want a Katie Cat shirt.
I want to see a as seen on Vim TV shirt, or as seen on the Steam blockchain shirt. You know.
You could do it.
Yeah.
All you have to do is design it, and Pat will put it on a shirt or a mug,
Yeah. That's a lot of work.
right?
I just happen to know a graphic artist, so yeah, I know a couple of them actually.
I wonder if I would take a preemptive strike mug with a steaming pile on the other side.
I've already told him that he should do that.
That'd
Yeah.
be awesome.
What if all of you guys had a steaming pile shirt or a mug?
Be cool.
It'd be cool for our. It would be cool for our making a drink show, because we could use the coffee mug to put the drink in.
Yeah, I'll take a mug.
Callie wants a screening room with a casting couch.
No. He can get his own
What
Zoom
is it?
account.
What is this, porno now?
No, only for positive things on the up and up only, I'm sure.
Yeah, for
When
live.
the camera's rolling, yeah.
It's for live play readings, and
When the live camera's rolling.
Right.
Come over to the casting couch and take your clothes off. We're gonna have a porno session.
that would never
No,
happen.
No. You have to have to finesse your way to that. You can't just come out with that. You gotta work around
that
it.
scares them away, dude. You don't coming in too hot.
Yo.
Katie, you have to drink when there's awkward silence. I know. I'm almost out of water. As soon as the water's gone, I'm gone. Anyone want to be co-host? I'll leave the room open for you.
I'm not drunk enough, John.
Who's streaming? We're all streaming, aren't we?
I am, but I'm having some issues with OBS.
Ah.
It's kind of like with my laptop. It gets to a certain time frame, then it just starts fucking up because it gets overheated.
Yeah.
So who's buying Steem? Buying and hodling?
I'm buying some, fuck it, it's only like 30 cents. I can get like, my calculations, I could get 3 Steem for like $1.
Yeah. Pretty lucrative.
Yeah.
Money's been tight for me. It's like the one time I can't really buy it. I'm like, damn you.
Yeah, I haven't bought any. I bought some probably about 4 weeks ago.
I'm gonna buy like shit ton of them and then at least like $15-$20 worth and then power it up into Steem power.
Well, that's you showing faith in the blockchain, It needs that. Every little bit helps, I think. But it just sucks that the usage is so connected to the price of crypto in general and not,
Yeah, that is weird. You should do a post on that.
compare the graphs, the price of crypto and the usage of Steem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
We'll and then come on Morning Coins on a Friday morning if you're available and talk about it.
I know, what morning?
Morning Coins Friday.
Friday? That might be a tough one.
All right. Well, then videotape it and we'll show it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that would make a good video. I haven't
Or if
done
you,
a whole lot of video creation.
yeah, if you do a live stream it, show the post, and then I'll just replay it.
Yeah, cool. That's a good idea.
Gone Rogue, you
Callie
got
agrees.
anything? Oh, what did Callie say?
He brought up a good point. He says that's because it has no use outside of the site, and that's a fair criticism.
Mm-hmm.
The value of the content, and that's where it's easy to play the low hanging fruit. Like even my post today, it's low hanging fruit to Steeming it. But any content that we can create that has value outside of the blockchain, we really have to give consideration to that. Like, Steem Hunt and those kinds of things. I really like Steem Hunt. I do. That's I don't engage a whole lot, but I enjoy seeing like the top 10 hunts of the day and whatnot.
Patrick was a fan of Steem Hunt too. We had that guy on. They were cool. The creator of it.
Patrick worships Ethereum.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Oh look, Waymo's here now.
What's up? He's not talking.
I think he's.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Just woke up. It's 15 past 6 in the morning. So, best time to start the day.
Well, good morning. That's about what time I get up, so. It's about what time I get jumped on.
That's about the time I go to bed.
Oh, man. That's too late. So what's new with you, Ramon? What brings you on the pile tonight?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I missed the start and I think I missed Patrick already. So, did he told you about the browser extension I'm working on? Called Clean Steem? So, you probably have heard about this clean trending thing where you can flag all posts with more than 75% of bots in their votes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm building a Chrome extension, which basically hides all those posts from every listing on Steem. So as soon as they go to trending, it will check every single post. And if the post has more than 25% of the votes from Bitbots, the post will be hit. So it's very interesting what you find them. You find some very interesting gap introductions sometimes because they don't have the money to promote themselves. So it's really interesting. But right now it's not really stable, so you can already find it in the Chrome Web Store. But yeah, it is not that reliable at the moment.
Everyone gives the Chrome Web Store superiority to Braves.
Would someday in the future would you be able to adjust that percentage? Do you think?
Yeah, there will be when you click the icon in the extension bar in your Chrome, you will see a slider and you can adjust it. I think should not be too hard.
You can do that now, or that's something you'll be able to do?
Nah, I have to do some things for Oracle D first, I think.
Okay.
And then can do this later. Right now, it's fixed to I think 25%.
I think that's a good starting number, for sure.
Yeah, here you can drop your link here.
Cool. Yes, sir.
So does that, when you go to trending, that pops up, or that filters it, or?
It will automatically remove all posts which has more than 20%.
And what was your inspiration for building the extension? Why did you want Clean Steam to exist?
I think trending should be for cool stuff which has reached an organic I just think bitbots are not that good because it will incentivize the rich people to get their probably shit posting Bernie Sanders where he complains about random things or asks whether he should go for fish or meat today on trending. And for example, on the screenshot, when you open the Chrome extension, you will see the introduction for D-Taste, a really promising and cool D-app actually, but they just don't have the money to boost themselves on trending. So this would probably get missed, as well as the announcement for Steam Connect 3, which I only found because I removed all the botted posts from trending.
Gotcha. And we talked about both of those things tonight, so that's cool that you came in and did that. We talked about D-Taste and Steam Connect 3, yep.
And how we're all gonna make stuff for D-Taste and have like videos, and every week there's gonna be like a different drink. We all
find it cool to hear that Oracle D is cooperating with D-Taste. We gave them access to our account creation API, so they will soon be able to offer free Steam account signups. So you only enter an email, confirm that email, you probably enter a desired
Are
name.
you sure that you didn't have a device under your pillow while you were sleeping?
Yeah. Why? Huh?
Just because we talked about that too.
Oh, interesting. So you probably know Partico, this Android iOS app. They're gonna do the same with the account creation API and share to Steam, and I really hope that this will onboard lots of new users.
So Partico and Share to Steam are both going to use the Oracle D tool for onboarding?
Yeah, I think when you go to sharetosteam.com, you can already see the crates. Yeah, it already works technically.
Okay, nice. I like Share to Stream, and I just did Partico today. So
yeah, Partico is not integrated yet. We chatted with them and explaining and talking about how they can integrate this in a mobile app, because we only have Node.js development kit at the moment, and yeah, I think they're gonna need it in a different way. So, but they seem to be very interested and already started working on something.
Cool stuff.
And we got a lot more applications. For example, we got applications in Chinese, which I actually rejected and asked for an English translation because we don't have anyone on the team who's capable of reading Chinese.
Sure.
Something about eating cat and.
Come on. Don't say shit like that.
Well, so much for Katie. She's going away too.
So Vmone, I'm surprised to hear you say you just woke up. I was under the assumption you never sleep.
I actually do never sleep. When I say I woke up, I mean I ended my power saving mode. In power save mode, I only do 50 lines per hour. Without power saving mode, I can do up to 500 lines of code per hour.
You're a machine, man.
Man.
We're
And
glad
then
to have
he
you on this
orders
platform.
McDonald's.
Oh.
Yeah, no, not that early. I think they're gonna start delivering in 5 hours.
He's still a lucky bastard. He gets to order like McDonald's and fucking Burger King, and we're just starting to
Even
get
KFC
that
started
type of shit
delivering
here.
food here. So
We're finally starting to get McDonald's and KFC and Pizza Hut, Taco Bell delivery, and
Sometimes you can have your Uber driver pick it up for you.
sometimes.
Uber Eats, yeah. How expensive is that?
I don't know. I've never used it. I don't live
Yeah.
in a town where Uber's really a thing.
Oh, I do.
It's like $10 extra.
Fuck that.
The grocery
For
stores
fast
are
food?
starting to deliver.
Yeah, shipped, I think is the, or something like that.
Yeah,
John, you have
Instacart.
Myers down
We have
there, don't
Instacart here.
We don't. We had Meyer in when I lived in Toledo. We're getting our first Meyer next year. It's a big deal. Everyone's excited.
Yeah, it's a great grocery store
Oh,
comparatively.
absolutely.
To the other stores around here.
Absolutely.
They were one of the first to do the 24-hour grocery stores, and Walmart actually followed suit after Meyer started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do VCT tile, which is the thin 12 inch by 12 inch tile, and we did a lot of them for the conversions for Myers here in Michigan. And then the next year, or the year after that, Walmart started doing it. So we got all the work on Myers, and then we got all the work on Walmart after they started doing that. So
Gotcha.
it's pretty interesting to be a part of that and in that way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's just like, of course, grocery store, you know, like the big grocery stores are 24 hours. That's where you go. You know, it wasn't always like that.
Yeah, Kroger was like that when I was in school and living in Toledo. They were always, them and Meyer were always 24 hours.
Now, is Meyer owned by Kroger? Because we have Fred Meyer's out here that's owned by Kroger.
I don't think so.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Kroger.
Yeah, I remember you guys over there in the other parts of the country. You guys have like Food Lion, Kroger, and
Oh yeah, Food Lion. We don't have those around here. I think.
Yeah,
those
we
are
don't
East
either.
Coast.
I thought that was southeast.
Oh really? Oh.
that's southern, yeah.
You guys have Wegmans.
Oh yeah, I've seen those, but not like they're when you go south. Like we don't have them in New York.
Everybody
we
has
have stuff like Hannaford.
You have Wegmans though, don't
In
you?
New York, we up in Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, they're like
you want to go like up north, like Lake George, Syracuse, Buffalo. That's where Wegmans is. Like in the southern parts of the state where I am, like there's things like Price Chopper,
Tops.
Yeah, we have like a lot of co-ops. Like there's Honest Weight if you're in Albany. If you go down farther, you have other cooperative grocery stores, and we also have Hannaford's and Probably nothing you've ever heard of, but
Yeah, I haven't heard of any of those things that you've said.
We have Whole Foods.
But I'm probably going to do a review on the Instacart thing in the coming week or so because I'm quite curious of how that works and how much more expensive it is. So be looking out for a TJH reviews of Instacart.
Nice.
Okay.
Having Price Chopper delivered to my house.
Well, guys, I gotta end my stream.
All right.
I don't have to turn this room off if you guys all want to stay, but I gotta end my stream and get going. So, don't speak up at once, but speak up before I close if you want to keep your stream going.
A little bit longer.
Okay. I'll make you co-host. This has been fun. Moan, thanks for coming in, too.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
It's
he's
cool that
probably
we
still gonna
touched on
be
some
here
of
and
that
fuck
stuff.
around with us.
All right. I'll see you guys next Tuesday.
All right, John.
We're doing some on Morning Coins this Friday. We're doing some housing blockchain for buying up commercial real estate. So
Wait, what?
tune in.
On that? What are you talking about?
Morning Coins with John and Chaz.
You gonna talk real estate?
It's we on Morning Coins we talk about any like blockchain platform protocol or program. And so we just pick one a week and talk about it. This one is commercial blockchain for commercial real estate, where you can go in and you can have decentralized staking on properties, and then flip them, sell them, all that kind of stuff. So it's trying to level the playing field between large industrial corporate investors and people who might have enough steam from a simulcast to stake and buy a building somewhere.
That's interesting. We can talk more about that.
Yeah.
I'm not drunk enough to keep you on.
No, you're not. I already made Sean the co-host.
I'm plenty.
But the quick version is I've dreamed of like a homestead tied to cryptocurrency where the crypto is tied to the real world asset.
Oh, for sure. There's a place out in Wyoming that, because Wyoming, I think it's either Wyoming or North Dakota, they eased the restrictions on crypto, and they wanted to make it a hub. And I'm like, we could just go in, a bunch of people, and buy a ranch and just set it up as a mining, media, field, and just co-op it and build it for whoever wanted to be involved in the project.
I think the secret is not exchanging it for Bitcoin, man. Have more of a direct means of exchange to where it's not, it doesn't rely on Bitcoin's prices,
Mm-hmm.
You have to be certain criteria to even own this coin. You can't just go on an exchange and buy it. It doesn't have to be public like that to where it can be exchanged for Bitcoin, because then it's at the whims of Bitcoin. And
Yep. Yep. All right, y'all.
All right, John.
Till next time.
Till next time. And anyone else who's watching on my stream, go on Sean or Eric's, or is TJ still there stream, and or use that Zoom number and come in yourself. I'll see you all later.